Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Component Cast broadcast. We're coming to you live from space, apparently, today, with a special two-shot being run by our good friend here, RivalZoneGaming. This is going to be the Elite Dangerous RPG, which you can get at... Sorry, what was the website you can pick this up?
SpiderBuyingGames.com.
SpiderBuyingGames.com. But without further ado, actually... Let's get this over the way. Roach, reveal yourself. We haven't seen what he's wearing, so there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
I feel like
the fact there's so much sunglasses in this right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
hang on. Do I have
Red?
mine?
I also realize this is totally reflective, so I can't look at anything else on my screen during this game. Just...
I can't see shit, but I'm doing it for the bit.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to go get sunglasses. What?
I'll be the sensible one, you lot.
Rival, bring us in.
Yes, mate. Okay. Now, so those at home, you weren't aware of this, but everybody basically has created a character within the Elite Dangerous universe. I have given some help. I have stripped all their weapons off because I'm mean. And you're all gonna get a lovely shopping list. Those of you who are combat, you will know which ones you are and what you need. Have fun with it. You've already got 100,000 credits, so you should have no problem. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's like with the Blues Brothers.
We're on a mission from God.
To trade.
Trade. Oh, it's going to be such a long day. You're all evil. Never change.
You taught me well, Dad.
I really did. God knows why. Let me just get that. Yep, that's fine. Okay. So we open. You are being led through from a room with a single metal table and 5 chairs in it, into a room that is more opulent. We have wood paneling on the walls. We have an oak desk in front of you. You've been led in by a gentleman who is a little on the burly side, maybe a little unkempt, but obviously has a lot of presence about him. Behind the table is a very finely dressed lady. She's talking into her wrist-mounted communicator, saying things like, "Do not worry. I have it all under control. I'm meeting them now. Everything will be fine." You're gestured to some seats that are arrayed in a semicircle before her desk. You all take a nice seat. She closes the communicator. "My friends, how are we today? No one going to talk? Oh,
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Blind, sorry, blind. I'm blind today.
Puts away the sunglasses, pulls out normal glasses, puts them on.
No, it's not even these are vision correcting sunglasses. It's too fucking dark, guys. I live in Scotland. The rest of you don't have this problem.
No, I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so you have all been brought here today to basically receive 100,000 credits and find about a particular business opportunity, shall we call it. Can I assume from your presence you are all interested?
Need to hear it.
Came all this way, didn't we?
I put the shuttle in in autopilot, and I just went to sleep for 3 days.
Shuttle. So you lie for a living. You own a python. Mr. Irish.
Well, thank you for telling me what I'm flying.
I believe it was on your character sheet and your ship sheet that you received earlier on in the week. You lazy fuck.
Mikey is being facetious. Quill is not.
I also believe it was called the Mighty Throbbing Python.
Actually, madam, it was the It was the mighty girthy python, excuse you.
So I forgot to give this show a rating. I'm gonna make sure I do that after this.
Amazing.
Probably a great
Midge,
idea.
warning, there's a lot of snow.
Oh, honestly, it's fine. We're always rated for mature, but I had some
You
hope.
really need to make it 21.
Rated M+ for 21 up.
Well, I am not surprised that you two are in agreement that you would like further information, given the fact you work together. This is the case, is it not? Binary security solutions?
We work on the same ship.
Understood. Okay. Mr. Onzo,
Yes.
you are open to learning more details. If you are not, you are free to leave. Keep the 100,000.
I did not come all this way from the Empire just for some tawdry credits.
Are you an Empire fuckwit?
Now, my friends,
Excuse me.
please, let's not start.
That's barren fuckwit to you.
Oh boy, it's going to be one of those days. This is what I get for working with amateurs. Mr. Jones, this is not? Harrison Jones?
Yeah,
You're muted.
I'm not muted. I'm just not speaking.
Ah. Okay, so you all have various skills that are required for a certain piece of work. My client requires that you go to a certain location, the location of which I will provide to you should you agree to this particular task. Acquire a piece of property that does not belong to the people who currently have it, and return it to its owner. For this, you will gain their eternal thanks and 10 million credits each.
Sounds quite similar to what I was already doing.
Sounds
I'm
more
interested.
Like it.
Now, you all have particular sets of skills that are required. For example, Mr. Irish, is it, or is Mr. Quill?
Mr. Irish. That
Mr.
works.
Irish, okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Irish, you are a trader by profession, correct?
Yes. I flip things. I make money.
Okay. But before that, you were a child actor, is this not right?
I did a bit of acting. Yeah, it was commercials mostly.
I did see you in Seven Sons on Sol, so please don't lie to me. I will require an autograph later. Mr. Jones, you are adept at retrieving items from places they should not be kept and moving them through security measures.
I can get something from point A to point B if you point me in the right direction, and with
Okay,
enough
Mr.
of an incentive.
10 million credits is quite the incentive.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Onzo, security specialist and espionage, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely.
Excellent. And our two friends here who are quite happy staring holes in me, apparently. Former federal military, if I'm not mistaken. A pilot and ground pounder, I believe they call it.
We fuck shit up, man.
Quite. Definitely federals. Okay. This is the time you can ask any questions you wish. But I will require an answer from each of you.
What is the nature of the property in question?
A small item that needs to be returned. That is all I know.
Who we gotta kill?
That is a small pirate band by the name of the Basilisk Crew. Now, from what I understand, it would be best if you did not kill anyone, but if you do need to, my client will not be unhappy about this situation.
Who's the client?
I'm afraid I do not kiss and tell.
So you've kissed him. Cool.
Right. Federals, of course. Keep reminding myself I'm dealing with federals here.
Yes, I must apologize for their type. They're not professional like we are.
Oh, I am not imperial, dear sir.
I meant we as in myself.
Right. Mr. Odell, any questions? Or is it Express? I'm not sure.
Express to people who know me, Mr. Odell or CAG Odell,
Oh, of
if
course.
you prefer.
So, I'm judging by your attire that you were aboard the FNS Nevermore?
Yep.
During the
Yeah, he
incident?
was.
What happened was not my fault, and
I did
that
not
is still
believe
under
to say so.
investigation.
I would never say that.
That is still under investigation.
Of course, of course. Mr. Jones, questions?
How under the radar do you want this to be?
That is completely in your ballpark. If you are able to get in and out without anyone noticing, that would be very advantageous. However, if you don't, as long as there's not a smoking crater where the outpost used to be, that would be preferable.
What about layout?
Again, agree to the terms, and all details will be provided.
What are the terms?
Retrieve the item, return it to the rightful owner, and be paid 10 million credits each.
Do we
Not
return the
you.
item to you, or do we return it to them directly?
Normally, that would be the case. You would come back here, and I would provide you with funds necessary for completion of the work. Unfortunately, the client in this case is not willing to allow me to take delivery. They want it in person.
Where is that to?
Apparently, you will gain that information once you gain access to the item.
I'm not exactly flying a jump a conde here.
No. Good news is, you're not flying very far from where we are.
All right.
There's a reason I chose Hutton Orbital. It's remote due to its distance from the jump-in point, and yet close enough to where you need to go for ease.
I suppose, if nothing else, right, we don't need to worry about coming back here once we...
Yes,
Get
the
what
2-hour
you get.
flight from the star is kind of boring, isn't it?
Exceptionally.
Yes.
I napped. I don't know about the rest of you. Anyway, Express?
No, I just listen to a podcast mostly.
You
True
did seem
crime.
like a podcast kind of guy.
Can I assume that you're all interested in the work?
Still
10
here.
million. I'll do anything.
Maybe
No,
you should
I'm with
rephrase
him.
that.
No,
Maybe
no,
you should
no,
both rephrase
no,
that.
no, do not ask him to rephrase. I will make note of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I meant it.
I have one stipulation. After this, I don't have to work with any of these guys again.
It is a one-time job.
Okay, thank God. I'm in.
Wow. Jesus.
Okay, then.
I can hear you.
We all could hear you.
The location is Candle Outpost.
Okay.
It's a small mining community, or at least was a small mining community, primarily in the work of low-temperature diamonds.
Ah. Good moneymakers, those. Pity about the shift.
The system contains 4 planets with rings, none of which are rich in low-temperature diamonds, but rich enough that the outpost could sustain itself. Recently, as in the last 8 to 12 months, the Basilisk crew, a pirate organization new to the frontier, has, taken their hold of the situation. The fact that they have grown so large so quickly does denote that they have some measure of organization. However, they have pissed off the wrong people, so to speak.
Your client.
Yes.
There are certain people you can piss off, certain people you cannot.
I've always believed there's a list in this, out in there in the void of people you don't want to piss off.
Mm-hmm.
There's another list that those people don't want to piss off. My client's on that list.
Well, having 50 million credits just to pass off to 5 people, I'd say you're right.
They're also very nice, I must say. Just don't get on their wrong side. Candle Station, as it is actually known, is in the Col 2585 Sector CCK A38-22A.
Express, did you get that?
What?
I'll take that as
Sorry.
no. Don't worry, I'll send you all the details.
Yes, that's
It'll-
better.
Yeah, be better than
I
that.
got it, but thank you.
Now, I'm not going to send you in blind. I have been provided with 3 individuals who are on the station in the bar, I believe, who will have additional information. They have all been either working or visited the area for various reasons. We'll be able to provide you with additional details should you wish to talk to them.
Okay.
These additional people, one of which is the former head of security. I would advise you definitely talk to him. If you can get him sober.
There's always a
That-
catch.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a problem, considering, but we'll find it. We'll figure it out.
Now, if there are no further questions, I do have other business to attend to.
Where's me gun?
Bruno, if you will get Douglas, I do apologize for taking your weapons off. You obviously understand the kind of work I'm involved in. There's certain people out there who would prefer me dead.
I mean, isn't there certain people out there who prefer anyone dead?
Depends on whether you've pissed off everyone in the galaxy pretty much so far.
Looks at Express.
Looks back at the hauler that's looking at me.
All right, fair
Bruno?
enough.
Of course. Put Douglas in the airlock. My friends. It seems there's been a small issue with your weaponry.
Oh, great.
The fuck?
Language. However,
It's Tuesday.
we have a very good weaponsmith on board. I would prefer to send you to someone else, but once you get past his eccentricities, he will be able to provide you with anything you need.
Mother.
I assume free of charge to compensate for the loss of our
Yes.
personal property.
If you check your comm system, you will already realize you've had an additional 100,000 credits.
Fair. It's annoying, but fair.
Your ships are completely untouched.
Better be.
Yes, they are.
I'm
I
not
was
sure.
The
about
fact that you had to ask
Annoyed.
about that makes me less
Oh.
inclined.
Well, I just wanted to check. What you will need to do to once you want to talk to the gunsmith, you should go out to the main concourse. Frontline Solutions. Ask for Chester.
Chester. Got it. Well,
If that's all,
guess we better go bag him and tag him.
okay then. Well, please see yourselves out, Bruno.
What's your name?
Why do you wish to know?
Like to know who
Why
I'm
not?
working for.
I am Madame Moira Chevalier.
Cool.
Okay. Bruno, evacuate Douglas. Everyone else, please move on. So I can.
I leave.
I also leave.
Very slowly.
I'm just going straight to Frontline Solutions. I'm not
We're
waiting
going
Yeah.
for
straight to front line. You want to
Yeah.
go? Does everyone want to go straight to front line?
I need a gun back. That is my purpose. That is my reason d'etre.
You
I am
all
gonna make
have
sure-
a wrist-mounted communicator on, which beeps concurrently like 3 times. An update on the location of the operation where you need to go. a message stating you've been awarded an additional 100,000 credits. And the third one is a list of 3 names. And the Frontier Bar as their location.
I'm gonna go straight to the bar. I want to swing to where they're shopping. After everyone's left there. I don't want to. I don't want to shop in front of these people.
You don't want to shop for these people. Okay, fair enough. So you want to go to the bar?
Straight away.
Can I make a check to see if I see the squirrely man leaving on his own?
You can make a check. What is your perception, my friend?
Is that social? Would that be insight?
It's social.
No, it's in espionage. Espionage perception.
I have a score of 10, bonus 1. What does that mean?
Right, it means you get a +1 modifier.
Okay.
So roll a d20.
Okay.
Add 1 to the score.
Best roll!
I rolled a 15. So
You roll a
plus 1.
15.
Yep.
You don't
So
see him
16
leave. You don't see him leave, but it's almost like you felt like he wasn't there. You sort of, where the hell did he go?
No, I don't care enough about this. All right.
Fair.
He is a stealthy kind of people, so. Okay,
No, I'm
so
more keeping an eye on the imp that's in the group now.
I can appreciate that. They are a scaly bunch. Okay, so what about the rest of you? I mean, Mikey, you said you want to go to the shop.
I'm gonna go to Frontier, and then I'm gonna go to Frontier Solutions, and then I was gonna go to the bar because I'm just picking up a sidearm. So.
Okay. The gun list or the price list is in the TuesCrew.
Right. So we have 100k or 200k?
200k.
200k.
Utari, are you going to the bar or are you going to?
I need to get a gun as well.
Okay. I know Bed's going to the gun shop.
Guns!
Right.
Guns.
And you want to go there as well, do you, Express?
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out what is the standard sidearm of the Federal Navy.
There isn't one.
All right.
Gosh damn it!
Alright.
This is trying to. I don't have Office installed on this PC, so it's trying to make me open stuff. There we go.
Open Office.
Right. We have got it on Google Docs, so I can share it to Google Doc if you want.
Google Doc will be amazing.
All right, no problems. Share.
I'm being locked out by Microsoft Office right now.
Okay, let me get you a link, pal.
Evil
good.
program.
Damn it, Microsoft! Why?
The Midges, the Maneth. Everyone else okay, or do you want link as well?
I'm good.
Ooh.
There you go, Midge.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I know. You haven't seen price list too.
Requested access. But
What would I be buying?
Anyway, when my character gets to the bar, I want to get a drink and find a darker corner of the room and just observe the place. I just want to see, the people that I want to try and spot out the people that we've been sent to talk to, but I also want to see if anyone's looking at them.
Okay. You don't know what they look like.
We don't. Okay, I'm gonna.
You've just been given 3 names.
Ah, okay.
You
We don't
do
have
notice when
anything.
you go into the bar that the the bartender kind of perks up. She's got an old-fashioned kind of towel over her shoulder. She's wearing like a black waistcoat. She's looking like that kind of old-timey bartender, but you look at the bar and it's spotless. She obviously takes good care of her work.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I want to. I'm just gonna order a drink, find a corner, and
Okay.
just. I wanna see if there. I'm gonna still kind of do what I would not try and pick out who I think is the individuals we need to talk to, but just see if there's anyone being a little bit sketchy.
Okie dokie.
Aside from you.
Back to the wall, back to a wall, darker corner. Just I wanna. Yeah, aside from me, if anyone's, and then when I see the rest of them come in, I'm gonna hang around for a little bit and then duck out and go shopping myself.
Fair enough. All right then. So in which case we'll go to the shopping team. So you guys find Frontier Solutions on the upper deck of Hutton Orbital. The bar is downstairs, so you had to walk into the bar, go up the stairs, but Frontier Solutions is right there. And someone has painted over the top left-hand corner Chester's. So it goes Chester's Frontier Solutions. And you go in, and you can hear someone scrabbling around behind the counter.
Shut!
1 second! Just a second! Gotcha, you bastard! I knew I had one! Oh, I've been looking at that for ages. Oh, yes. Customers. A second. Hi, everybody! Guns name Chester's the game. No, that's not right. Never mind. Right. Let's see. Guns. You are surprisingly unarmed people in a gun shop. That's not right.
Someone called Douglas threw them out the air.
Oh, yeah. You were sent by Chevalier. Douglas is a moron. It's the third group he's done that to. I mean, it's fine for me because I get paid. But
Why isn't he fucking dead yet?
I'm pretty sure he is. They are locked him this time.
Possibly already is. There has been news of an airlock opening and closing without authorization. Not that I know anything about that. At all.
No, not at all, Chester.
Anyway, let's have a look here. Let's see. I am renowned for my powers of observation. You,
Natural
sir.
one.
You, sir, are a trader. Nice dads. I should never use the word dads.
Well, you'd be right.
Yeah.
So.
Of course I am. So, what do you want?
Can I get a Hyperion laser pistol off you?
That's very oddly specific. I mean, I could expect it off those two. Maybe that one.
It's what's on the shopping list.
Hyperion laser pistol.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to stand here and tell you don't know what you're talking. I mean, obviously these two do.
I don't.
But I'm just gonna give you a quick overview so you know what to expect out of your weaponry. All right.
All right.
Okay. So what we're going to do here is what you got to understand is that pretty much everybody go back to sleep, sweetie. Everybody pretty much has like their armor and their shields. Now, kinetic weapons do half damage to shields, but full damage to armor. Laser weapons do full damage to shields, but half damage to armor. So if you're going to have one, expect to not do a lot of damage to the other.
Yeah.
All right? We good on that? Everyone happy? Wow, you just never smile or anything, do you, mate? It's just terrifying. It's like two dead eyes. It's like being in front of a shark. Only less agreeable.
You know what makes me smile, Chester?
What's that?
Guns.
Well, okay then, sweetheart. That's what I want to hear.
Don't call me sweetheart.
I can't help it. It's the upbringing, all right? So, what are we talking about here? Talk to me. What do you want? What do you want? Come on. I ain't got all day. Well, I have, but, you know. It's not like there's anyone beating down the door to beat you. Seriously, there's no one else invited to the game.
Fourth wall break. Chester's the fourth wall break.
And I finally got Roach to smile. Finally got Roach to smile.
We're gonna have an explosive decompression on this level. It's gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna get really bad, man.
So, Mr. Trader, you want the Hyperion?
I'll take the Hyperion and you got an air gun? You got an air gun, Tommy gun? You got one of those hidden around back there?
A Tommy gun, right?
Yeah.
Surprising. Thompson Corporation came back in the 30th century.
It did. 31st century.
Yeah, it's the biggest rivalry company to the cyborg that is Browning.
Yeah, whichever one of his descendants that one is.
No, they bought him
Alright.
back.
Yeah.
Now, you be careful with this sucker, all right? It's got a lot of kick to it,
Yeah.
all right?
Thank you. And
No
he'll
problems.
pack those away and take away the money.
All right, now make sure you put them onto your character sheet, because otherwise the DM later ain't going to know what the fuck you're doing.
The decompression, man, it's happening. It's happening.
You've got everything you need on that sheet on the thing, so just
Thanks, Chester.
No problem at all, pal. Right, Mr. Spy.
How do you know that I'm a spy?
Oh no.
It's pretty obvious. We've got a trader, we've got a pilot, we've got a person who likes to blow shit up.
You're
picked a
rather
pretty-
nervous about this mission.
Pretty quickly, actually. That was.
Yes. I'm not a spy. I'm an intelligence agent.
Wow, we got a hearty-toddy. You gotta be Imperial, right?
That would be correct.
Oh, so much making sense right now.
Byron Onzo of the Onzo family.
Oh, excellente, my majesty. But unfortunately, you still need a fucking gun.
You're right. But I'm beginning to wonder whether I should come here.
Well, you'll go elsewhere if you really want to, but you see where you're going. Apparently, has got no guns in it. I know this because the DM told me.
God damn it, Rival.
You just hear it dunk 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 as someone knocks on the wall. Just dunk dunk dunk.
Well, I am
Let's
after
find out who this all-knowing
Evix
DM is.
long barrel laser pistol
Ah,
and a gold and Perry Watcher auto pistol.
nice picks there, my friend. Very nice picks. Likewise, here you go. Have your pistols. Notice that no one's picked up any grenades yet, but I'm expecting my lady here to do that.
Not your lady.
Whatever.
Why do you sound like Carl Urban?
Well, you know. All right, me pilot
Behold
pal.
my stuff.
Behold my stuff.
I'll take 2 Micronite double clip sentinels.
I get the feeling that I should be very insulted at this point with the Cockney accent that's going on. The Mockney accent. I'm just letting it slide.
Mockney.
But
Mockney.
the Mockney is
Mockney
strong
accent.
with this one.
It's alright.
Trying
They're
to-
from that fake place called Leicester, so
That was Southend. Wannabe Londoners.
are you in the north? Are you in the south? Where are you?
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna leave. Let you guys have this fight. All right. All right. See you guys.
It depends on where you are, because if you're in the south, then Leicester's up north. If you're up north, then Leicester's in the south. We just kind of sit here and go, fuck off.
We won the Premier League in 2014. Fuck you.
just
Yeah.
sit there and go, well, at least we're not Birmingham.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with this argument, being a Wolverhampton fan.
Don't know what's going on.
Oh, dear.
This is only going to get worse when, like...
It really is.
Uh,
Roach, you get handed over your 2 Microlite pistols.
Now, doing a Starbuck thing. Don't need to hit it. I just don't need to hit something accurately. I just need to keep putting rounds downrange.
Yep, I can understand that.
quality over quantity sometimes, right?
You've got all your stats
It's
on there.
reverse.
That should.
Whereas I've
hedged.
hedged my bets with my 2.
Okay. Okay. Your royal gladerishness. What can I do for you?
An MLR-40 infantry laser rifle.
All right.
A CNG-45 auto rifle with underslung grenade launcher.
Marry me.
Nah.
Okay. Anything else?
Enough grenades to blow up an entire settlement.
What kind?
What you got? I'll take flashbangs and frags if you got them.
Are we not being asked background checks or anything? Because plasma grenades are on this list, and I
Yeah.
would think those would be.
You are in Hutton Orbital, which basically is so far outside of, like, you know, it's 0.13 light years from the jump-in star. In order for the Federals to actually look after this, they would have to have someone just doing runs backwards and forwards.
Okay, we're buying fireworks in Tijuana.
Pretty much.
Okay.
All right, so
We're buying guns in Walmart.
I've got flashbangs, I've got concussion, I've got EMPs, and I've got plasma.
5 frags, 5 flashbangs, and I also want a free conda. I heard you get one here.
There's one born every minute, isn't there? There is no such... You can't land a conda on an outpost. Dear God, there's one born every minute.
I don't tell me there would be a conda.
Yeah, and you believed him, didn't you? Saw you coming. Take your grenades, take your flashbangs, sod off.
Can I just get 2 plasma grenades, please?
2 plasma grenades. You know they're 10 grand a piece, right?
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Two plasma grenades.
You throw them at me, and I'm like, oh no.
I didn't pull the pin out. Well, the button on top. Don't press the button on top. You'll be fine.
I hand them to...
I know so little
lady
about
with the
this
grenades.
universe. I'm just imagining a thermal detonator you just threw at him.
I love how none of you know my name yet.
Nope.
I do. We're partners.
What's her name?
You're Merc Ground.
Merc Ground is your name. That is your name from now on.
We keep it professional.
Yeah. So I hand the 2 plasma grenades to Merc Ground. Because I can't use them.
Okay.
Hey, if we go shit up, I want you with loads of explosives.
No, you don't.
Listen. I don't want you with explosives either, considering the hat you're wearing.
All right, we're going to just stand here all day, because...
Bye, Chester!
Thank you very much. That's what I wanted.
Thanks, Chester.
Question before you go anywhere.
Already gone.
Just leave. It's fine. No problems at all.
What you want, Chester?
Are you guys going anywhere near Candle Station?
Yeah. Why?
Who wants to... Okay, why?
Just questioning. I might not be here when you get back.
What the fuck is at Candle Station that's going to make you want to leave?
People who may find out where you got your explosives and guns from.
I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah.
Drink!
Right.
Drink. All right, so you guys finish and you head down the stairs towards the bar.
Yep.
Wait, do you want to just go grab a drink? Do you want to see if you
I'm
can
getting
find
a drink. I'm 100%
Harrison?
getting a drink.
What do you want to do? You getting a drink?
Yes.
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay, Harrison, you see the 4 of them come in.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception roll.
Ooh.
It's in the espionage section of your sheet, first of the middle of the first page.
So I have a +1 bonus.
Yep. Roll d20.
I'm rolling my d20s on Google. I got a 10.
He has no dice.
Did you forget to take dice?
I don't think I brought any dice with me, sadly.
Nah, that's all right, pal.
You don't have dice in like your...
There used to be dice in my go bag, but they seem to have fallen out.
Oof. Here, you can borrow some of mine. Picks up massive handful of dice.
But yeah, a 10.
Lobs McCamera.
Yeah.
You got 10. You got 10. Okay. You basically, during your little time sitting still, just watching the crowd, you've seen a load of people come in, you've seen a load of people go out, and you notice that one person is very drunk and complaining that the people who are supposed to be coming to see him haven't been here yet. Someone get him another freaking drink.
Okay. As the guys come in, I'm going to point them towards the drunk and go, I'd start with him, and then leave.
Okay, where are you going? Where are you going?
I'll go to the gun shop now.
You're going to the... Okay, so we'll finish you with the gun shop.
Starting not to like this man.
You got the
I never
stairs.
liked him.
straight through the front door. I mean, those lot just fucking insane. I don't understand it. I mean, who needs that many plasma grenades?
Chester.
There's another one. Yes, sir. How can I help you on this fine and glorious day on the space station that has no weather?
I mean, it depends on how the air conditioning's doing, I guess. I need anything that I can hide on my person to protect myself with, and then if you've got anything that I can use to disable anyone's armor. Shields.
Yeah, I've got laser weapons and other ones. Ones that don't do laser.
Okay,
Or I've got grenades.
I'll take...
You came into a gun shop. They pretty much disable shields and people.
Well, I'll keep the thing that disables the people, and then I want... Maybe let's go with some sort of... You got anything that EMPs?
EMPs don't work that way, mate. EMPs disable robots.
Well, I'll take some of those just in case, actually.
It's not a bad idea, I suppose, yeah. All right, what kind of pistol you want? Or do you want an assault rifle? You want a chain gun? Please tell me you want a chain gun. I haven't sold one in weeks.
I wish
That's a lie. I haven't sold one this week.
I wish I had a pocket big enough. I'll take some sort of pistol.
Laser or kinetic?
So, question: we've got 200,000. Was it?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take.
While you're deciding, a little kid comes in and tries. Like you remember those? Yeah, 4 people. Yes, right. Yeah, right. You remember the shady looking one? Yeah, the imp. That's right. Right. Give him this. Tell him Chester says it's completely legal unless you press the button on top. And then it's totally illegal, but you can still buy it off the street. He'll know what it's for. Just go and give it to him. Tell him it's from Chester as a good faith gift. He'll understand. Go. Sorry about that, boss. What's up?
So I'm gonna take one of those. The long barrel laser pistol.
No problem.
And I would also like to grab myself some EMP grenades, and then, if I can, a micro shotgun. Now I want to try and bargain with this guy, see if I can get it all as a bit of a downed price.
All right. What's your negotiation?
I'm gonna offer it for.
What is your negotiation skill?
My negotiation skill.
It's the social skills on the left-hand side, top row.
Negotiation, social skills. I don't have a negotiation. I've got a bargain, which is a score of 20.
That'll do. Yep. Good up.
So, that's a +2, right?
All right.
So I got a dirty 20.
You got a dirty 20. Okay. So what were you offering?
So I'm gonna do the classic, trying to get all of it as a group thing, and I'm gonna say, look, I'm going out with the other group you've just served. How about, just in case not all of them make it back, I try to get some of those fine pieces you've sold them back to you. Free of charge, and then also put a broken watch on the table as well. Well, not a broken watch, but like a manual watch that looks like it's you're not sure of where the location is of it, but like it's just
all right, mate. Let me just kind of fill you in.
Rolex kind of thing.
You are going to a place that I know is filled with people who would not be very happy with me sending people like you when you're going there to do something. Right? So they're going to trace them guns back to me. So you can bring them back if you want. I won't be here.
Where are you going to be?
Now the watch... No, I don't want them. Okay. Now the watch... It's a Rolex, right? 20th century?
20th century.
It work?
If you tap it hard enough.
Yeah. You got a dirty 20?
I did get a dirty 20.
100k, you can have a lot.
Nice. Yeah, done.
He's holding the equivalent of like it's 1,000 years old. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
And he just accepted all those guns for 100k. I'm fairly sure he overpaid for them as well.
Not according to the sheet, I didn't.
Yeah, I might have adjusted those figures. Hey, Chester's nice, but he's not stupid.
No, that's fair.
So fine, he takes the watch, you take all the guns, you do your 100 grand across thing. So that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I then, out of my pocket, take another one of those fake Rolexes, put it back onto the wrist.
That's fine. Okay, and you're back out, you're back down towards the bar.
Yep.
Utari,
Yes.
you are at the bar. You are, you have your drink. You've gotten it off of Pixie, who's behind the bar. She's the lady who's running the bar right now. Whatever it is you chose is completely up to you, of course.
Whatever the fanciest one is in here.
You're at Hutton Orbital. You're lucky you got a beer.
Then a beer it is.
I mean,
as you're sitting there, you're
Microbird, though.
yeah. It's synthetic as hell. As you're taking your first sip, you get a little tap on your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, you're definitely right. You are a ponce. Right. Chester said give you this. He said touch the button on top and it will become illegal, but if you leave the button, then it's still legal. And the kid hands you what you know to be a profile scanner that security agents use. Completely legal to have. But once you press the top, it turns into clone mode, which clones the ID of whoever you're pointing it at. It's one of the weird staples within the whole galaxy that something that is completely illegal in one sense is sold as a legal thing in other ways.
Without the option of buying it without the illegal
Profile
function.
scanner, very nice.
And if you flick the switch on the top, as long as someone sees you, you can clone someone's ID so you can use get access to different buildings and things like that.
Ah, my thanks, and I'll give him a tip.
Get away from Chester. Okay, no problems. Thanks a lot, mate.
Don't ever talk to Chester ever again. Yeah, that's fair.
Mikey.
Yes.
You take it. You're just getting a drink.
I'm having a drink.
Okay.
I'm obviously looking at this incredibly drunk individual.
Yes.
And then looking at the list of names, like, okay, which one?
Which one?
Really drunk one. Head of security. Which one? Is it like listed who is who on the list of names?
No, it's just a list of names. Right. What do you think about that, Roach?
Yeah.
What do you want to
Good
do?
one, Hoss. I'll get myself a drink. And what do you think, Jenkins? What do you want to do?
I know exactly what I am going to do.
I want to watch these idiots. What do you want to do?
I get behind that. I just I sit down at a table. I put my feet up on it, lean back, and just
You sit.
here.
Right. So you're not at the bar. You've gone and found a table.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You sit back and
Still
you
got 100K.
you lean back. Lean back in your chair and okay, fair enough. Pixie walks out from behind the bar, walks right up to you, pretends to clean the table. You working for Chevalier?
Who wants to know?
The person who's been told to guide you to the people you need to talk to?
Fair enough.
Okay. Thank you very much. I've got the story though. Right. Drunk guy. Name's Harry Clark. He's a former head of security of Candle Station. I'm assuming that means something to you. There's a woman over in the corner next to the window. That's Freya Kelly. I don't know why she's here, but told to point you in their direction. And then, well, just under the stairs, you see the kind of cubby hole over there? That's apparently where Teddy Bear is.
Teddy bear?
We need
That's
some context.
that's just what I was told they were called, Teddy Bear.
If
I'm
there's
curious
a-
about teddy bear.
There's a cybernetic teddy bear that's alive underneath those stairs.
A human
See,
went
there's
under
two
there.
options here.
That's all I'm saying.
There are two options here, right? Option one is it is a 7-foot tall man made of meat, or it is a tiny human being.
Look, I've done what I've been told to do, so I'm gonna. Can you do me a favor, by the way?
Maybe.
Call me when you've done your job.
Why?
I have a thing for pilots.
All right.
Yay! I'm gonna look at a teddy bear.
Right, so Red, you're going to see Teddy Bear.
I am.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna go deal with drunk guy.
Okay.
I will also go to drunk guy because I think he's gonna need persuasion,
All right.
and I have no persuasion. But
Harrison.
it'll be funny.
Yes. Am I back?
You are back.
Okay, I have hidden all of my weapons in my jacket.
Fair enough.
I specifically went for small things. I don't want to look armed. So
I've got nothing.
it's a pistol and a micro shotgun. I'm fine. Maybe some grenades.
So what are you doing?
I'm seeing where everyone's going. And
Right,
there's one person that no one's gone to yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna go to the
Well,
bar.
I'm gonna go to. I was gonna go to her because
Oh, okay.
two other guys have gone to the drunk dude, and I'm like, well, she is supposed to be important, so I'll go to her.
Okay. Right, so you two are going to talk to Freya.
Oh
Red,
no!
you're
If
going to-
he starts going, I'm holding back.
Well, it's too late. You turned up first because he spoke second, so he's actually blocking you in to talk to us, so you've got no choice.
Right.
My game, my rules, I win.
Fine.
This little
Rocks
snake,
fall,
I
everyone dies.
I
Planet
swear,
harbor will
we're gonna be
explode.
stuck in an airlock, and Midge is gonna be on the other end, just going like, "I'm sorry," and then leave us.
Yeah.
I'm
just gotta go
sorry.
full expanse.
Paul's cord.
Note to self: do not put people in airlock. Gotcha. Right. Okay. Everyone roll a d20.
Right, I get to
19.
use this for the first time.
19.
Yes.
Right. Roach got 19.
14.
14.
18.
18.
Is this
16?
plus anything?
16.
Red.
9.
9. Okay. Roach, you go first. So you and Otari wander over to the drunk guy. Who wants to talk first?
Good evening, sir. You seem to be having quite the predicament over there.
What the hell happened to you? What happened to your voice? That's
This
not
is
a working
my-
man's voice. You better
this is-
start off before I do something to you, because I ain't dealing with no totty scum, no. Someone get me a drink!
What if I got you that drink? Would you deal with totty scum then?
Are you military? No.
What's up, friendo?
Fed?
Why would you get you that drink?
Nevermore. Sit your ass down, boy. I want to hear that story. Why are you with him?
Till the day I die.
What's a loyal Federation son doing with imp scum?
It's come Cutthroat Galaxy. You need money.
Candle. You're doing Candle
Yes.
Station. Sorry,
Yes,
brother. Sit down.
Candle.
Sit down, brother. Sorry. I'm sorry, brother. Sit down, mate. Sit down. Give us some beers over here. I need more beers. And a bottle of something stronger. No, the bottle for something stronger is for me.
Right.
I'm all right.
Sure.
I'm
So,
all right.
you have things to tell us.
I'm all right.
I'm okay. Okay.
Make-
Yeah.
Focus.
All right. What do you want to know? I mean, I can give you pretty much the entire security layout. I made it.
Right.
Precisely what we was hoping for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, security. I mean, it's basic system, motion sensors, anti-personnel weapons, anti-ship weapons. However, it's all tied. Hey, Drake.
It's all tied to what?
Oh,
Come on.
no, it's all
Focus.
tied to the alarm system, right? So,
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the basic. You all know that.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why you're going there, but I was told you need to know the security setup, so fine. You got your main command building. Security is on top floor in the security office. It's also where all the main controls go through. It's not a big settlement or anything, so it's not got like a command center or anything like that. But you go up to the top, and there's a roof access. Now, if you get through the roof access, how you do that, I've got no idea. But if you do, then you can pretty much turn off the entire alarm system. That's not the problem.
Okay. Let's get to the problem.
Right, well, technically there's two. One, you've got the administrator. She's nice to look at, I'll give her that. She's not much brains upstairs. But they've had so many false alarms, she basically controls when the alarm goes off. So, if you turn the alarms off, she can still raise it word of mouth. However, someone would have to run and tell her, which gives you time. The other problem, which for a fine Federation pilot like yourself may not be a problem, but you never know, is if the alarm does go off, or if she is able to raise the alarm verbally, is the combat anaconda that's parked a kilometre away on Ready 5.
Dime a dozen these days.
Yeah, I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? I say, now, here's the funny bit. Would you like the funny bit? It'll cost you a drink.
You have one in front of you.
Oh, yes, I do. Okay, here's the funny bit. Right. So, I designed the Anaconda. I told him how to build it, what we wanted, upgrades, the works. It was designed for defense. Defend the settlement from any kind of thing that comes to
Mhm.
defense.
Got it.
The morons used it for an attack mission.
Okay.
And they sent it against the people you're working for. I think. Look, all I know is it went in as an anaconda and came out as half an anaconda.
So you're saying it's damaged?
No, mate. I'm saying it's barely flight worthy. You see, thing is, when you're running a pirate operation, right, and you're trying to keep everything under the radar, do you know what you cannot pull into a system on the outer reaches of the bubble without drawing attention?
I'm aware of this through personal experience, yes.
Yeah, military hardware, it don't really ship. They can't repair it, which gives you kind of an option. You can take it out before you do the mission, unfortunately. That basically the whole base will know you're coming. You can try and take it out by ground. Fuel tanks right next to the landing platform. Or, and this is my personal favourite, I really like this one, you wait for it to take off and blow it out of the sky.
I do enjoy myself. That last one. That'll be up to us. Is there anything else we need to know?
My replacement.
Right.
He's a bit of a beast.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm not exactly small, and he makes me look small. He's the kind of guy who wakes up in the morning and eats the barbell instead of lifting it.
So he's a tough fella. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, Spy Dude, if you can get a security office, you can buy your people time.
How does everyone know that I work in intelligence?
Quite literally, the first thing that you told him about your experience was that, yes, I know about bringing military hardware into the bubble. Like it's
It's right, he did.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
I did
Also,
it, bear.
okay, yep. So
Yeah.
he's a tough man.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I
Yeah.
haven't met anybody who could out tough a bullet, but we'll figure that out.
That's cool then. We're good. Can I go now?
I'm not keeping you here.
Great. I'm going to take a nap.
It's probably good.
And he's gone.
Yep.
All right. Then I believe it was Midge who had the next one.
I'm routine.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Mikey step up to Freya Kelly, and what you find is a lady who is kind of the same as you, kind of rough and ready kind of appearance. You can tell from her hands that she's used to working for a living. Hair's tied back in a ponytail, just very simple, very basic. And she is angry. She's muttering to herself about how stupid she was.
I put a drink on the table. You look like you could need a drink.
What do you want?
And I look behind me. I was like, we are looking to head to a nearby station that you might know something about, possibly.
Shirley sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Take a seat.
do so.
Yep.
No, I'm only doing this because I don't like talking to mercenaries, all right? But I didn't know.
Hey, what did you not know?
What I was hauling. It was supposed to be low temperature diamonds, a few weapon parts. Nothing the feds would ever pull me up for. You know, fine, you get a bit of a spot inspection, they step on board, they open up the crates, they see a few bogus weapon parts under a messed up manifest, you pay a few hundred credits, you move on. I didn't sign up to move anything like that.
Or anything
Should have
like what?
known. I should have known. I mean, where was I going?
Anything like what, Freya?
I was going to Rabigo.
Right.
Slaves. Not indentured imperial servants, no. Proper freaking slaves. The kind of people who understand that, oh, when you hit rock bottom, guess what? There's still further to fall.
Hmm.
I didn't know, okay?
Hey, I'm not going to hold it against you. You didn't know, you didn't know.
I knew the moment the system name came up.
I didn't.
You missed out on the good times when that
Oh,
was
yeah.
like a lucrative business. Very, very, very lucrative. That's where my character UtariOnzo comes from, because he is my character in Elite.
Hey.
He did that. I'm making that canon. That's what he did.
Look, we all have those jobs that we don't like to talk about. There was one time I got caught hauling exotic animals. That's besides the point.
Why is it whenever you say someone something that actually hurts you deeply, they always say, I know how you feel? I don't want to know that.
I
I
don't.
want them to pay.
We can do that.
Well, apparently you can. Look, I was done. I was looking at losing my ship. I was looking at losing my trade license. I was looking at years in jail. And then suddenly, the system police let me go. And outside was a guy just standing there, black jumpsuit, waiting, just went, go to Hutton Orbital, forget all about this, talk to a lady called Chevalier. And then she told me just to sit here and wait for people to turn up and ask me questions.
Well, those people are here at least.
So you're going to Candle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't know
What
why
do
you'd
you know
want to
about
go.
Candle?
Oh, okay. What I can tell you is, site admin, she thinks she's in charge, but she ain't. But what I can tell you is this. If you go in as a trader, they are screaming out for traders.
What are they
They've-
hauling usually? LTDs?
LTDs. It's pretty much the only thing that comes out of that station.
Decent
But
profit margin.
You can get them at rock bottom prices and sell them. I mean, you go take it to the core, you've got no problems. Feds are stupid. They'll pay top dollar for that.
They usually do.
But if you come in and say, hey, I'm looking, make some trades, move some merchandise for you, brilliant, they'll start talking business. And if
I
you
can
really
get that.
turn on the charm, then she comes down. And if she comes down, you'll have access to everything.
Okay.
And if the rest of you are doing stuff behind her back, well, as long as she's being charmed, because, wow, that dress looks nice. Oh, thank you, dear. Oh, it's chiffon.
I can
remember
do
what
that.
chiffon is.
I can manage that. But you said you think she's in charge. Who's really in charge?
The head of security.
Makes sense.
Thing is, he's got a site to cover and he's got morons.
Right.
Probably got like 2 lieutenants who could actually worth anything. The rest of them, they're all thugs.
Okay.
I flashed a smile at one and he allowed me to keep something on board that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's wow, that's a very low bar, just to put that out there.
How
When
many
you're pirates, you take what you can get.
how many times have you flown to the station?
Twice. First time was just to see what they had. I mean, it was low temperature diamonds, but you've done the bull run things like that. You know the prices dropped through the floor, but
Yeah.
they were selling pretty low. I
Yeah,
wanted to find out if it was true.
LTDs have dropped pretty heavily in the last year or so, but they're still fairly profitable if you can find them at low prices or mine them
Right.
yourself.
Well, that's the thing. They're the only station in the entire system. There's no Coriolis. There's no
Anything.
Hutton Orbital type station. There's nothing. It's just them.
hmm
So they can pretty much... It's far enough outside the bubble that no one really cares.
Yeah, I suppose.
And it's only a couple of jumps away from Rubico, because that makes no sense. They're basically using it as a clearinghouse.
Right.
What else can I tell you? We've got 4 landing pads,
Sizes?
3 mediums and a large. No one ever lands on the large.
Okay.
So something's on the large. Got it.
No one ever lands on the large. But yeah. Oh, and they've got this landing site north of the base. So if you come in from the polar north, you probably get a look at that as you're coming in.
Okay. The thugs, are they just equipped with standard?
I think I saw one of them with an auto pistol, and there was another one with like an SMG.
pull out the rack kind of weapons.
I wouldn't even suggest that they work.
Any other amenities at the station?
They got a pretty good rest and repair session for the ships. The civilians on site, that's how they keep everything looking legit. Probably keep them in line by saying, "Oh, do as you're told," or "We'll take your daughter and put her in slavery."
That'd work.
Oh. Everything runs through her.
The administrator?
Yeah, everything. Trades. I think she's even got the security going through her so that it doesn't go live without her say-so. She's really trying to put on a front that this is a good, legit place to work. If I didn't get pulled up by taking a shortcut.
What shortcut did you take?
I was advised to take a long route round to avoid piracy. I decided to just go through an independent system. I've got low temperature diamonds on board, and I thought a few weapon parts. Quick find, no problem. If I run into pirates, I'd dump a ton of diamonds. The profit margin I had, it wouldn't have cost me anything.
Done that before.
But no. They actually were looking for what I was carrying.
Damn. That
What were
sucks.
Oh, of course. Was there anything else on the manifest that you later found out about? It was that just...
What was on the manifest was LTDs and some tropical fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Required me to have an atmospheric cargo bay.
They can grow those on station?
Well, no, but they can trade them if they're exotic enough. People will pay through the nose.
Fair enough. The old pineapple in the portraits kind of thing, right?
More along the lines of plants that can mimic human voices and repeat back what they say.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Especially useful in intelligence gathering.
This sucks for you. I'm gonna put that out there. This really sucks for you.
Well, apparently my record's clear. All I have to do is help you by giving you information on the site, and my debt's paid. So, have you got any questions?
I look at... Anything?
You pass anyone on your way to the station?
No.
Any defenses of note? Anything that makes you kind of look at something and go, "Oh, that's strange," for a settlement?
Only thing is the number of people that are actually armed on site. They did a drill while I was there, and there was 12 people.
12 people. Okay.
And
It's kind of like, "Oh, we're being attacked from the landing platform." Ooh. But normally, you've got 4 in the chief of security. That's it.
they're
And they rest are trained not to move unless they hear the alarm going off.
and they're trying desperately to look normal, so they won't turn away a traitor.
They can't.
It's definitely good.
You know who's willing to come all the way out here?
Crazy people. People looking for a big break.
Yeah. Idiots.
Hey, I'm one of those idiots.
GM, question. Have I been there before at all? Okay, cool. Just wanted
This is like the back ass of nowhere has the back ass of nowhere. Like, you are in nowhere at this point.
I'm sure with my background, I'm used to being in the arse end of nowhere for a lot of things.
No, you've not been there.
Okay.
You're in Timbuktu's Timbuktu.
With that, she finishes her drink. I think we're done, and just walks away.
Well, pulls out a
Moogle.
cigarette.
Rival.
You went to talk to Teddy Bear, I believe.
There was a teddy bear. She had to go and look at the teddy bear.
You go into the dark corner, and looking back at you, it is a very well-refined man.
You don't look like a teddy bear.
Theodore Jackson, how can I help you?
Ah, Teddy! That's how it works. I think the secret code word is Chevalier.
You are not an intelligence operative.
No! I'm not very intelligent.
Then we have nothing to discuss.
I think I've got one though. Hang on. Where's that imp twat?
Utari, you're getting so much abuse today. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no. It's so unfair. So unfair. I've got a Mockneys going on here. Mockney accents just insulting me. And now my character's getting insulted.
Sorry, pal.
Just can't catch a break, can I?
All right, so Moogle, you go and find Utari.
He wants to talk to an intelligence. What's it?
An intelligent person?
Fuck off. Yeah.
Very well. I'll make my way over to Teddy.
Okay. Theodore Jackson.
Baron Onzo. Pleasure to meet you. I understand that you wish to speak to someone.
Intelligent, yes.
Yes.
The same Baron Onzo responsible for the soul job.
The soul job?
It's nice to work with a professional. Never mind. Okay, I was hired by Chevalier to infiltrate Candle Station. Previously. Unfortunately, my work, although not without merit, and although it was a failure, did glean some rather interesting information. Unfortunately, during the time, my cover was blown. So I am to provide you with all I have learned.
I see.
Do you want to take notes, or do you remember everything?
I'll be taking notes. As soon as I find somewhere to put it. Right, I'm just going to open Notepad. I have a computer in front of me. Why am I looking for paper and pen?
Okay. The item you are looking for is housed in a vault on the floor below the security office. Accessing said vault is a two-man job. One will need to gain access to the security office to disable the alarms. This is required if you want to open the vault door without the alarms going off. Additionally, you will also be able to disable the door codes, allowing you to access and exfiltrate the building without anyone realizing. Quite fun, really.
Could you repeat that? I'm trying to type quickly. So,
Okay.
The bit one required to go to security to disable alarms, and then from there.
Okay, you also would need to disable the door code locks, which is also in the security office.
Okay.
In order to gain access to the security office, you will need to clone the ID of one of 3 people. Site admin, the chief of security, or the current desk officer inside the security office.
Current desk officer, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Additionally, you would need to get the person in the office out of the office so you can turn off the alarms and door codes. Roach, stop looking into my soul.
Yep.
No.
I think that's just a JPEG of Roach that's been put there now.
Yeah, Roach is left. He's just got a background going at this point. He's just actually asleep. He's just like... We're both muted, Roach.
Yeah.
Damn. And I said a funny joke as well.
Once once you have managed to turn off the alarms, the door codes, things like that, whoever is part of the second part of the team will be able to access the front door to the main building. Turn right. Third panel on the left, they will find an access port to open the
Third
vault.
panel on the
Left. They will find an access port, which you will need to put this in, and he hands you what looks like a very futuristic USB drive.
Sci-fi USB.
USB 9.
Yeah. 1,000.
Well, it's USB
Okay.
9 3.1, which is USB.
This will enable you to hack the door controls without setting off any additional alarms. Once you've done that, retrieve the item. You will then need to put this second USB key, which is a slightly different color, into the item, and you'll receive instructions on where to deliver it. Then leave.
Roger Dodger.
That's all I have for you.
Thank you. This is definitely incredibly useful intelligence. You're saying this is absolutely anything that you can give? No more further details on the individuals you've mentioned?
If I'm talking to the UtariOnzo, I shouldn't need to give you any more.
It's unfair.
Forgive me if I need to
Same name.
obviously milk it for what it's worth. This is my career after all.
I appreciate that. There's nothing else I can give you.
Understood.
I would advise you do not use the name Clark anywhere on site.
Clark, right. That name is already forgotten.
What name?
I'm not sure.
Good luck to you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
What? What, goddamn?
Oh no. So, one.
Rivals
I love
God,
it-
so
Yeah, one. I love Utari's character. It's just like, why does everyone know I'm a spy? This is my job. So look at everybody talk to.
Well, he already knew. So at this point, the bit's over with trying to pretend not to be a spy. Everyone knows he's a spy. For some reason, everyone knows he's a spy. He's just decided to accept that
And I
fact.
love that.
Yes,
Utari
I'm a spy now.
Is the stereotypical smarmy Imperial.
Yes, because I actually tried role-playing Elite Dangerous as well.
It's
Yeah, so
fun
did
trying
I.
to
He
roleplay Elite
is-
Dangerous.
He is genuinely an Imperial snob in the nobility. He did the whole slave running thing. He did the smuggling thing too. Like he's not like a pure, upright, moral Imperial either.
All right.
He's an asshole.
Yes, he is an arsehole Imperial.
You have all the information you are going to
He is
glean from these
Leopold
people.
II.
There is nothing else you can get from here. So when we come back from break, we will.
wow.
Yes, it's already break time.
Jesus.
All right.
When we get back from break, we will start, and you will all be in your various ships in orbit.
Okay, so join us in 5 to 10 minutes' time. We'll be back in a moment. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our broadcast tonight. We left off as we began to leave our tutorial island with our quest in hand. And back over to you, Game Master Rival.
I would
Okay.
not call Hutton orbital tutorial island.
There's something else out there. All right, so when we come back, you are all in orbit, basically above the North Pole of the planet.
Oh, we're just skipping to that.
Yes, you are. I am not having you literally calculate jump routes, okay?
No, I probably just spent the whole time like letting the computer handle it and watching like I don't know, like
Solitaire.
Titanic 3, Return of the Iceberg, or Shrek 12. Maybe Transformers 10, Starscream Summer. Just watch
I was
that.
watching Fast and Furious 2000.
Oh, 2000
Weirdly,
too
it
fast?
still has Vin Diesel in it.
Yeah, he's a cyborg now at this point.
Yeah. Yep. Though his only it's
family
he's
dumb.
so degraded, the only line he can say now is family. So
Family.
Fuck, you made me. I'm gonna have to fix
See,
that.
My, I'm going with the background that my character is, for some reason, has somehow got like a SCART cable and an old reworked DVD player in the corner of the on the side of the ship, and it's like what's it called, oh god, a CRT television with replacement components. It has the power to run this ship just off of its heat.
Are you Star-Lord?
bastards!
No.
technologically, that's more ridiculous than me watching a movie through daguerreotype, like pictures.
I'm not Star-Lord at all. I'm actually more the character from iRobot, where he just refuses to to go along with the technology.
For some reason,
Oh, yeah.
eats pie like out of the tin with a fork in the middle of the street. Like,
Yeah, exactly that.
Stop it!
Meanwhile-
And I'm actually watching the 1990s Mario film on the way over.
it's the only thing that made it through.
Yeah,
the
for
90s.
some reason.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
I have a question
that
for
and
God.
reruns of Frasier.
Yes!
Why?
Oh, and Frasier, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You're
Yes, we're bastards, Rival. I don't know what you
Yes.
expected.
you're all parked up in orbit together. How do you want to proceed?
Well, first
I
of
would've-
all, I'd like to let everyone in on the secrets I discovered.
Same. Yes. Indeedly, good sir. Yes.
Are you
Same.
mocking my accent?
Indubitably.
I'm going
Info
to have a
dump.
wonderful
You've
time
done that.
dealing with you all.
I like
Right.
this holler.
All right. So you've got yourself in orbit. You've had a chance to scan the site.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So-
How do you want to do this?
So we know that they won't turn me down because I'm a traitor, hauler, whatever you want to call me. I can distract them while you four go in there and do whatever you need to do.
3. One of us doesn't have a ship. Riding shotgun.
No. Fair enough. Well, hey, cool. Whatever. I can swing on down there, I can lay on some charm, talk about buying some LTDs, making a bit of profit heading back to the bubble. What are you guys' plans? Because we know that
I'm
You
going
need to
to
know
attempt
that-
to get access to the security office, because I can clone the ID. I may have to accompany you for a short while to clone said ID off of the site admin and work out some way to get the officer out of there. But then I'll need the other person, some other volunteer, to be the one that goes on into the vault.
I ain't very good at that. I just
Maybe.
shoot things.
Maybe. Jenkins, you should probably transfer over to the traitor
It's
to
Quill.
go down. Quill. We've known each other for less than. Actually, it's probably been better part of a day now.
You've known each other for around 6 hours. The good news is
6.
that the planet with its rotation is the station is in complete daylight and will be for another at least 4 or 5 hours.
I was just saying, go with him. That way you're down on the ground. And when things go tits up, because they will, because they always do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do some nap of the earth towards the base, and I'm going to try and hit that anaconda as it comes up.
So, like, I'm Mr. Irish's bodyguard.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Never had a bodyguard before.
Now you do.
You're not going to have one again either.
Probably not.
So that just leaves Mr. Jones.
Jonesy boy.
According to my character sheet, I'm kind of good as wherever you want to put me, I think.
Well, that would be. Looks like we've got Express dealing with the anaconda. We've got Utari going up to take out the security.
And he
We've
needs
got Irish.
2 for that, right?
Yeah. We've got Irish and Jenkins doing distraction and bodyguard duty, which leaves 1 person necessary to get into the vault.
Looks like I'm going in the vault.
Okay.
Right.
Put the sticky-fingered smuggler in the vault. Let's do this.
Okay. All right then. So that's the plan.
It's
Sounds
a
like the
concept.
semblance of a plan. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a guideline.
It's the
All
best we
right.
can think of on the seat of our pants.
So, Roach, you pilot your ship across. Use your magnetic clamps to latch onto the top of the Python. Extend a docking tube from the base of your ship into the top of his. And Jenkins moves across.
All right.
Welcome.
All right.
There's soda in the
Three-
fridge if you're thirsty.
This it's 0G.
Yeah.
It's got a sippy straw.
Yeah. It's a Capri Sun. You just.
Okay,
Done.
so we've got Irish, Jones, and Onzo. You're going towards. Are you going all as one group? Are you separating out?
Well, I could be an escort for him. I mean, it's far enough out of the bubble that he'd probably want an escort.
That's true. That's very true.
And an eagle is a great escort.
It is. So is a cobra, to be honest with you. All right, Roach. I'm assuming you're not doing the whole gliding in with them. You're just doing the vertical straight down.
I'm going in.
Figured as much.
I'm going in, and Highway to the Danger Zone is blaring on the bridge comms.
All right, can you
It's
handling?
It's
It's a
not the actual
remastered
original
version.
Highway to the Danger Zone because that got lost. So it's
Yes, of
actually
course.
It's a cover from a
Mhm.
cover band about 20 years after the original came out. So it's
Skyway.
Can he log into
totally
it?
legal.
Well, it's like it's
Yeah,
not
it's
highway,
totally
it's
legal, yeah.
Skyway.
what'd you need? You need a handling check.
Yeah, starship handling check, mate. D20 plus whatever modifier you got.
Starship. I definitely have a good one.
You do.
Is it Starship piloting?
Yes.
Okay, it says I have plus 30.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Got it.
My piloting skills better than the pilot.
Actually, no, that's up there. Down in the bottom vehicle skills, it says Starship piloting plus 4.
Oh, there you go then. Take that then. That's because you get... Yeah, okay. No problems. I know that.
My piloting skill is still better than the pilot.
Yeah,
but
but you have
I can
military,
kill
he has
things.
military training. He will kick your butt in a
Oh
dogfight.
god, yeah. I'm running. No, I am the
What you got?
15.
Solid. Okay. You literally do straight down, firewall the engine. As you're coming down, you notice a canyon that will lead you almost directly to where the Anaconda is. It breaks off about 3 kilometers away. If you'd have got 14, you wouldn't have seen the canyon, and you'd have had to do several skill checks to miss all the mountains. It's such a nice canyon.
I'm that good.
Yep. It's got such high walls and everything. You can literally skirt the bottom at full throttle.
Yep. Nap of the Earth. Just going
And
straight through.
you
Or
literally
nap
have
of the space
grin.
planetoid.
You have a massive grin on your face because you're having so much fun.
Reminds me of the old days when I was flying I forget what the Federation strike craft is from the, what do they call them? Damn it. Little mini fighters that come out of the...
Oh, the ship launch fighters. Yeah, they've got condors and things like that.
Condors. Reminds me when I was flying a condor.
You get to about 500 meters from the end of the canyon and land it on a nice flat piece of ground. So you're ready. Give me a perception check.
20.
Nice. I was going to say, use your add your spaceship sensor modifier if you've got one. But
okay.
you don't need it.
Well, I rolled a 19, so...
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. Using your sensors, you're able to get a very nice camera view of the Anaconda on the launch pad. Nothing seems too wrong with it, except with that roll, you notice there's some cracks, it looks like, in the fuselage. And the running lights, although they're on, they're not flashing the way you know they should flash. Some are
unsynchronized.
Some are on constantly. Others are flashing like repeatedly and then stopping. And there's at least one that is not doing anything apart from going, I'm on. Oh, no, I'm not.
All right.
And there's at least 2 people with welding torches on the hull.
Right. I just keep that camera feed on there, and I just lean back in the chair. I'm just waiting.
Everybody else, you fly in a very loose formation, a very gentle glide slope, with your termination point being the station. You get 7.5 kilometers out, and you get the standard greeting of, "Hello, Commander. Welcome to Candle Station. Please request landing before docking."
Request landing.
All of you get landing accepted, but you're instructed not to use landing pad 1, although the other 3 are open to you should you want to land on them. You can land on the outer skirts of the settlement if you wish.
What was it?
I don't see
Onzo.
why.
Land on the skirts.
Okay. You'll land without incident. Thank God.
Yay.
And disembark. You are immediately greeted by a kind of person. They're like, "Okay, who's in charge?"
Hello, my name is Quill Irish. I'm here to inquire about your LTDs. I've heard you guys are charging a pretty decent price for them.
Just go to the bar. I'll get the administrator to see you in there.
All right, thanks, man.
You're not expecting any service on this, are you?
Nah, she's good to go.
Right. Bye then.
All right.
I liked him.
Red, give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
30-20. God, you lot are rolling like. You literally, while he's doing the over his hand going say to the bar, you see under his jacket is an auto like a micro
Pistol?
SMG.
Yeah, no, I know.
Micro SMG is. It's not the best quality gun you've ever seen. It's definitely the stuff that's been bought off the black market.
Pirate ship.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay. So, as a group, you go towards the bar. The set out for the actual location that we're at is based in a kind of a T shape. You've got the landing areas at the end. About 250 yards up, you've got a main building where you can see on the top it's kind of flat, large, and there's a very long section off to the side. Obviously, there's access on the roof, and straight in the middle of the thoroughfare, there's the access to the main building right there in front of you. Down the sides are habitats, the pre-constructed habitats that you know and see pretty much every frontier settlement. On the left-hand side, there is the main bar, literally just off the landing pads. Great. And several storage buildings. There's also a Scorpion SRV parked just outside the bar, although it is in disrepair. None of the wheels are attached.
Is the gun still attached?
There is a plasma cannon on top, yes. You enter the bar?
Yep.
Place is not exactly busy. One thing you do notice is there's no women here at all. You stand out being a woman. Less than 30 seconds later, you have a drink in front of you, and the door opens again. And in walks a slender, small Asian lady. She's wearing a stylized combat armor that has never seen a firefight in its life.
Yep.
Walks in, looks around, spots you, Mikey, and go, Mr. Irish?
Correct. I love your outfit. Looks fantastic.
So, please, just, it is Quill Irish, isn't it?
Yes.
I loved you in Seven Sons on Sol. I must. You, come here, now! Could you just put your arm, please? Say cheese.
Jeez.
Oh, my sister is going to be so angry she missed this. What can I do for you, Mr. Irish? Anything at all. The Mr. Irish is not paying for his drinks anymore.
I'm just gonna stand watch over here, boss.
All right.
Go.
Onzo.
While she's getting the photograph taken, can I see her ID?
You don't need to see her ID. You just need to see her.
Okay. While she's distracted with all this star-studdedness, I want to try to subtly use my profile thingy.
Yep. Okay. No problems at all. Give me
Right.
what you would consider to be the best option for a stealthy check.
Stealthy check.
Can I try and shield what he's doing as well?
Hold on. I need to read these bleeding skills. Okay. Security espionage. Would that count?
That would take it, yes. I would accept that, mate.
You will accept that, right? I get a +4 to this.
Okay, you get +4. Red has said that she would like to try and shield whoever's looking, so that you can do it completely out. So you get advantage on that, as she is a fairly large blocking object due to her muscular stature.
And I'm wearing a lot of armor.
And she's wearing a lot of armor.
Space Marine.
Love me, Emperor.
We shall call this maneuver Stealthy Rain. I knew you'd get it.
I hate it, but I love it. I hate it, but I love it.
Okay, first roll is a 5 plus 4, that's a 9.
9, yeah.
Right, let's go for the second roll. That's better. 18, so that is 22.
And yeah, basically, Red, you just move your character comes across, kind of be like, oh, wait, someone's getting close to the boss. Okay. Which blocks the person taking the picture completely. There's no one on the other side, and the barman is literally kind of going, who the hell is this? Okay.
I don't know who the hell I am either.
And so Utari keeps it low and just goes. You just get a little beep through your comm unit, and you look down at it and you see that the comm unit has upgraded your security level to 3. You quickly push your profile scanner away in your pocket. No one's any of the wiser.
Hey, if you two want to, you guys can go ahead and leave. I think I'll be okay here for a while if you want to take some time off. It's been a long trip out here.
I'm going to do the smart thing and not say a fucking word and just nod with my accent.
Do stay away from the command building at the top of the street, but please, the rest of the settlement is open to you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
For you, it's no problem at all. So, why the pleasure of your company?
Well, I've heard that there are some really good LTDs around here at a really good price.
Absolutely, yes. We're always looking for aspiring traders, especially ones with reputations such as your own, to shift merchandise for us.
Well, I got some credits that I'd like to trade, but first, where did you get that top?
Yes.
And he sits down and he's like, he's just gonna. So Roach, I'm used to saying Roach because Roach is DM. Rival.
Yep.
Can I use my karma skill, Honey Trap?
You can indeed. Yeah.
Somebody else took that.
Yeah. You'd be
I have that
surprised.
too.
Yes.
I have that.
Hey! Roll a bunch of honey
it
traps
makes
up in
sense
here.
for me as well.
Did
I
you
didn't
all
know
want to
why
flirt
you
with
picked it,
Rival?
No, I'm a spy. Honey traps are a very
Oh, yes.
typical intelligence skill.
I-
Everyone else
Shot
doesn't
fighter
have it.
pilot.
Why do you need
mean-
honey traps?
No, I just have the whole.
Why does
Han
the
Solo
trader need
shoots
honey trap?
Greedo under the table for my skills apparently.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or
Fair enough.
anything from running away apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can use Honey Trap.
Provided you are sexually compatible, which is what's written in the rulebook, which is fair enough. I can make a charm check skill against the target's insight. If I'm successful, the target becomes much more gullible and foolish in your presence.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot add their insight bonus when you make any further charm, bargain, or diplomacy checks against them. So I'm going to try and chat her up as best I can.
Okay.
That would be in intelligence, wouldn't it? No, it's social.
Social, yes.
Charm. Okay. Let's swap over the camera here so I can show you what I get.
Oh, he's been dying to use that.
15, so that would be a 17 for me.
I will put it to you this way. The only way you could have hit that any better would be if she was in bed with you.
I suppose. Fair
She
enough.
got a 2.
Nice.
Jesus,
Nice.
Honey Trap is Winnie the
I
Pooh.
just showed. I
Yeah.
literally showed it to Red, and she's like, "Oh my god."
I'm a kid.
Well, a result like that and the way things are going, she is going to end up with bed with him.
Maybe. Jesus.
You see it. She literally kind of blushes, like, and she's kind of pulling and yeah. Is this old? I just I actually can't remember where I got it. She is literally starved for attention.
Right.
She works for a pirate company where literally 99% of the workforce is men, and she's working on as sight on a planet.
Oh, that's right. Actually, I'm wearing a tailored suit. I get a
Yes.
+1 to that roll. So that should be an 18.
She's working on a planet which is on the outer ridges of the bubble, if actually in the bubble at all. She has no men, and suddenly one of her childhood heroes has just walked in, offering her a way to make money.
Yeah.
And is charming the living hell out of her. She is literally in heaven right now.
Fair enough. So I'm not gonna try and get better prices out of her. I am literally trying to keep her as distracted as possible.
With a role like that, you're going to keep her distracted pretty well.
Right. That is what Quill is doing until shit goes tits up, which will happen at some point.
Okay. I really like it.
I do. I think it's fantastic. It really suits your shape.
Mr.
Yeah.
Irish, I do declare.
Can we have the good wine? The good wine, yes. And she perches herself on a stool next to you, and completely loses track of the fact that the other three have left the room and left the building.
They're all just gone.
They're
I'm
gone.
just outside of the door. I haven't gone with the other two because I'm no use there.
Okay, Roach,
Yes.
give me a perception roll.
I can add the ship
Yep.
thing, so it's just the sensor.
You do your
stats.
perception, so a
And
perception
then-
roll, and then you add the census bonus to it as well.
Sensor bonus, I think, is 3, assuming you've not got specialized sensors.
He hasn't.
I don't. Perceptions. Check what my perception is. Five.
You got a 5 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Oof.
You don't see any difference. No difference on the ship at all.
Just.
Yeah,
I got a true crime podcast on, and I've just got my
That's fine. Okay,
listening to it.
Utari. And
Yes.
Mr. Jones, what are you doing?
We're going where we shouldn't go.
Okay.
Apparently so.
Right, let me get my little
Motto of
instruction
every
leaflet
role-playing
here. So I need to go towards the security office.
And I
You're
need to
gonna
find
go
the vault.
front door to main building. So I need to go to the security office. You're going to the main building. You're going to the panel. I'm giving you the 2 USB drives.
Mm-hmm.
This one, please remember, Sean Connery. This one, please remember. This
God,
one
I'm trying to
goes
think of a
into the
film with
port.
Harrison Ford and Sean Connery, and now it's
Yeah,
There's got
this
to
one
be
goes
one.
into port, right? This will shut off the door controls without setting off any other alarms. This one, the other coloured one, this one you're putting into the item when you retrieve it. Do you understand? None of us are getting out. That includes your grubby fingers, unless you do that. I don't care anything else you do, as long as you follow those instructions, okay?
okay. Got it.
Thank you. Right, it's through to the door, the front door of the main building. Turn right, third panel on the left. Okay?
How hard can it be?
Don't say that!
Yes, please don't say that.
I wasn't going to say it.
It's too late. You've said it
Um,
now. Right,
What could
well,
possibly go wrong?
Don't
once you
say
have the
that!
item, when you get the item, we'll meet back up here. Hopefully, the admin is still being distracted, and we can make our way out after that. Understood?
Yeah, understood.
Excellent.
Okay, so you've set this up. Utari, how are you getting to the roof?
The roof?
Yeah.
I need to get onto the roof, do I?
Yeah.
To get to the office.
Do you need a
Yeah.
boost?
Hold on. I have a ways and means, if I remember. I have... Where is it in my equipment? I have it
Engines.
somewhere here.
Climb.
I have concealed job jet.
Roach just goes, damn.
I
You do.
have a James Bond jump jet.
Yep. You
I
have a
will deploy that and get onto the roof that way.
Okay. It's only about 35 feet up. It's not very far, so you don't have to use the full power of the jump jet.
Excellent, because I've got 70 foot of range.
You have indeed. So you land very gently on the roof. You can see the circular door to the inside. And with your level 3 access, you literally walk up to it and it just opens up. Inside, you can see there's another access door with SEC written on it in big red letters. And some stairs going down to the right.
Okay, well, I'm going to head towards the sec.
Okay. Are you just going straight in? Or are you going to have a look round? See if you can...
Question, actually. I better have a check around. I shouldn't be in here. I better check whether I'm being looked at.
Okay. You have a quick look. You can't see anything anywhere around it. The building sounds very, very quiet, which is great. You do see a window into the security office that you could get a peek if you want to.
I'll peek.
You can see there's one person in there. And they've got their back to you. They've got some headphones on. Their heads laid back. They really don't seem to be taking this seriously.
I'd like to sneak in and knock the guy out.
Okay. Give me an espionage.
Okay, I get +3 on jumping in on here, so let's have a go. 18! 15 plus 3.
You literally just walk up to the door. It slides open silently, as you would expect on an interior door. You walk up to the back of the guy, and he's completely unawares. He hasn't got a clue that you're there. You can hear some weird amalgamation of what you think is kind of jungle beats meets heavy metal meets kind of throat music. And you're just like, oh my god, how can anyone listen to that?
That
it's
is
worse.
trash.
You realize it's worse than that. He's asleep.
Oh, even better. I won't have to knock him out if he's already asleep.
To your right, you see the actual window. And there is 3 panels that are kind of arrayed above the panel in front of you. One says door access. One says alarm system. And the third one says anti-ship weaponry. They all require level 3 access to disengage.
Which I have! And I'm turning them off.
Okay, you quickly run up to them. Doom, doom, doom. No access codes requested or anything like that. But you do know that if he wakes up, he will have the ability to reactivate them.
Good point. Good point. I'll deactivate them and deal with him.
Okay. How do you want to deal with him?
I'm going to choke him out.
Okay. I did not plan for that. And we just got Mikey doing his bicep thing on camera there.
Yeah.
How would you choke him out?
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Using your-
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yes. Yeah. That. Yeah, basically. He's asleep. I'm just going to strangle him.
There you go. Okay, fair enough. Give me...
I'm not really fighting him, just to make
No, you're
this
not.
point,
No,
because he's
that's
not
what
awake
I'm
and
trying
fighting
to-
back.
You weren't supposed to get through so quickly, and you definitely weren't supposed to do an espionage check to get through that door without him noticing.
Yeah, so I told you.
Welcome to being a DM.
Yep.
You definitely weren't supposed to do that, Utari. Why did you do that?
Because I'm James fucking Bond in
Well,
space.
obviously.
The nasty, evil James Bond, but
Duck
yes.
dodgers.
Seeing somebody
You
else
are James Bond.
get to experience this for the first
evil twin
time.
brother.
You're James Bond with the goatee.
Yeah. He's Bond Jams. Is what is his name?
All right. Give me a melee weapons check.
James John.
You need to beat
John Bond.
a 6.
Okay, I get +1 to this.
You do.
Oh my god. I did not touch this dice. I did not touch it. I did not touch it. Can you see
What's
it?
it say? No.
No.
We can't see it, but we'll take
Focus.
your...
Damn you.
we'll take
Where
your-
are you? Nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay,
Nat
fair
20.
enough. Nat 20. I'm taking a Nat 20. All right, you go bam, bam, bam. System shuts down. You hear a drop of power coming from the consoles. Move back around the guy. He's completely unaware. You're able to wrap your arm right underneath it, get your crook of your elbow right up under his chin. You get both of his jugulars nice and kind of, and you just tighten slowly. There's a little bit of a kick as his brain kind of goes, what the hell's going on? And then everything just relaxes and goes. Do you want to continue squeezing?
Is he passed out at this point?
He is
again?
completely passed out.
How moral is your character?
Not very.
He's passed out,
odds,
not passed on.
Evens.
Yet.
We're passing him on.
We're passing him on.
We're
You
passing him
continue-
No
on.
loose
you can-
ends.
You
Yes.
continue to squeeze,
Yes.
and squeeze and squeeze, and then you hear a as the neck goes. His body falls completely limp.
Excellent. I'm going to put him in a position where, you know, his feet are going to be up on the desk and it looks like he's still asleep. I'm going to turn up the volume a bit more on those headphones and just, you know, he's just having night time
All right, fair enough.
while listening to tunes if anyone wants
Really
to
casual murder.
casually look in, you know.
His neck is quite like it's bent slightly.
Oh, no, I'd
weirdly,
obviously
but
adjust his
he's
head
just-
so it looks like he's just, you know, head down asleep with his feet up. So it'll pass a brief visual inspection.
There's nobody touch him or it'll keep cracking because it'll keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, so you get that, and how are you leaving, or are you doing anything else?
I've shut down all the things, haven't I?
have?
Yeah, I'm going out the way I came.
You're going out the way you came. Okay.
Going out the way I came. Checking the route first.
Mm-hmm.
Then
All right.
exit.
Well, it's all clear, and you it's literally about 20 steps, and you're back onto the roof.
Yep.
Now, what do you want to do?
Jump pack down.
You do know that jump pack of yours was single use, right?
Wait, it's got 70-foot use of thing. I'd assume that this is.
I'll let you off.
Yeah, like it'd have a certain amount of fuel, wouldn't it? I wouldn't.
It would
used
have a
all
certain amount for you. I'll give you that. I didn't think
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, fair enough. All right. In which case, give me an athletics check, please.
Let's have a look at this.
It's in the
Where's my
espionage section.
Espionage.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, I get a +1 to this. Oh god, this is terrible.
You only need to pass a 10. Don't worry.
Don't worry, rolls a 2.
5. That was a 4 +1.
Yep. When you're coming down, you misjudged the landing slightly, and you end up having to do a superhero landing, which, as everyone knows, is murder on the knees.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
And you're kind of like, ow! Because a foot in front of you is the dirt of the planetoid you're on, and you landed on the metal grating for the walkway outside the building.
Ooh.
Knees are done.
And
They're shocked.
you
I
know
feel
that
it.
that dirt from when you walked over from the bar is very soft and forgiving.
Nobody saw me. Nobody saw me.
You take basically 2 endurance damage, and you've got a pronounced limp for the next, well, until I tell you otherwise.
Oh, great.
What happened to you? Slipped.
I've always had a dodgy knee. What are you talking about?
Harry. No. Jones.
Harrison Jones.
Harrison.
Harry Jones.
Harrison.
Jonesy
Midge.
boy.
You're standing outside, and you see Utari land on the thing next to you. Well, about 20 feet away.
I
Sneak a quick picture for future reference.
Laugh.
I just go back to trying to get into the vault, I think.
See, I don't know why he didn't just send you a communication to say that the access to the vault was now open.
Yeah.
I don't
Shit,
understand
I
that at
didn't
all.
think about that. We're playing in sci-fi, aren't we?
Yeah, you've all got communication devices on your wrists.
You mean we don't have to use ravens to communicate? Is
No.
that why?
No. It's almost like having one of these.
Okay, I should have known
I
that. They just
forgot.
keep exploding when I get them through the airlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those poor ravens.
Okay. Before we do that, Roach, give me a perception check.
Yes. Sure, boss. I missed.
Boss man.
I missed my dice.
You missed the
tray.
table.
I
Nice.
missed my dice tray. 4.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Red,
Yes, boss.
you are sitting on guard when around the corner, what you can only describe as a larger Brock Lesnar in full body armor
That's a big person.
That's a large human being.
Sure he's not an
walks round.
ogre?
Yeah, walks around the corner and looks straight at you and go, "Who are you?"
Bodyfort guard for the trader that's currently with your administrator. Who are you?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Get out of my way.
Fine.
He walks straight in. So as he walks in, Mr. Irish, you're sitting there as Miss Hallie Core, as you found out her name is. No, stop. No, don't stop. Keep telling me. Hallie, that's Miss Core, and I am entertaining a potential trader. Now,
Sips wine. No, Hallie. If you need a few minutes, don't worry. I'll still be here. It's cool.
and all you hear over, if you are paying attention, is, "We've got too many new faces around here." Yes, and they're all with my new friend, and he's offering to take on a surprising amount of merchandise. What kind of merchandise? Well, LTDs to begin with, but give me time. I'm sure I can reel him in.
Sips wine.
Fine. But I don't like this. Walks out and leaves. I'm very sorry about that. Somehow he thinks he's in charge around here. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. My dance moves.
Yeah. Would you like to demonstrate? Should we dance?
Not right now. I do need to ask you. We have obviously low temperature diamonds we need to ship out. We do have a variety of other merchandise to move.
Hmm.
Some of it not quite as legitimate.
Hmm. Okay.
Are you amenable, or should we just leave it at the low temperature diamonds?
Depends on how illegitimate we're talking.
Ah. You're not shocked easily, are you?
I was in the show business, honey.
Of course, I'm sorry. My mistake. let's just say there are certain valuable living resources that certain discerning customers require in the core.
Okay.
I'm not talking anything too illegitimate, obviously, but we're talking fruits, vegetables that are somewhat illegal.
Exotic fruits, pears, those
Yes.
those plotted plants that talk back to you, those things.
You've heard?
I have.
Oh, thank God. I do hate dealing with amateurs.
I've heard about there was a trader or a buyer, I think, in one of the Ross systems was looking for something like that. I looked into it for him, but it was harder to get in there.
I bet they said don't worry about it, didn't they?
They did.
I'm sorry, I stole some business off you. Don't be too angry with me.
It wasn't. It would have been something I would have had to look into because I don't exactly have lines of procurement for that sort of thing. So
No hard
harm done.
feelings then.
Yeah, no harm done.
Well, more wine?
I could use another glass. Yeah.
So you end up having another glass of wine. Mr. Jones,
Hello.
you're going in.
Yep.
Okay, you walk up to the door to the main building. It has a big red pulsing 2 on it, basically saying you need at least grade 2 to get through. As soon as you step up to it, the 2 disappears and the door opens.
Cool.
So you're inside. What do you want to do?
I'm going to quietly try and make my way in with stealth.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. I mean,
Sure
you really
about
want to think about it?
Yeah, you
Do
need
you
a few
want to
minutes.
charisma your way in?
Maybe. Maybe you want to, melee weapon
I'm
your
very
way in there?
unsure about that.
I'm not quite sure on that one.
So what you got?
Okay, I'm rolling right now.
Doesn't have the same impact.
It doesn't.
Oh, you know what? At least if nothing else, I'm getting a good test of how this actually looks on camera.
It's not good.
It's not good, mate. It's not good.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay. So you turn to the right and you get like 2 steps and you trip over a box of spare parts. It's just lying. You stumble. You manage to catch your balance though. And you stand up and it's just like, what the hell are you doing in here? And you turn to see what you'd assume is security, but they're not dressed like any security you've ever seen. The guy you saw on the flight deck when you landed looked something resembling, but this guy, he's just wearing street clothes, basically.
I've been sent to pick something up.
Are you decepting? Are you lying here at me?
Hell yes.
All right. You're lying.
Hell yes, I am.
Hell yes, I am.
Hell yeah, I'm lying.
So social is a bluff, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll go for bluff. You got a DC 12 on this, mate.
Okay, that's a 16.
Bloody core. Well, you're in the building, so I guess you've got access. Do you know where you're looking?
Not really. It's you can't get straightforward instructions these days.
Well, she's up her own arse. You're better off talking to Hudson. He'll be able to set you right. Do you know what you're looking for? Just say something, mate. You've convinced him completely.
Okay. I think it's a large crate, energy cores, and we also looking for something to do with diamond mining. There was
down the old second door on the right. Okay, when you get there, you'll see what you're looking for, and just tell her next time she's gonna just send some random dude up. Let us know so we can get you properly put in the system. I had no idea you'd even started. Bloody stupid woman. Walks around the corner and he's gone.
Phew.
Right. Back to the plan at hand.
To the almost broken plan.
Comes back round, and don't forget to let Hudson know you've got those power cores, because he'll go friggin' mental if he finds out they've just been taken without his say-so.
Hudson's the...
He's the guy that looks like he's, well, eating a gorilla.
Mm-hmm. Copy. Yeah. Don't want to go...
You do know what a gorilla is, right? I mean, I know they went extinct like 400 years ago.
Had a poster of one on my wall growing up. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. He looks like he could take one of them and break it in half over his knee.
I'm sad now.
That's fair.
Okay. He's gone again. You hear a door close and the faint sound of a lock.
I'm going to go and look for whatever the package that we're said to know what it's going to look like when we find it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm keeping my eyes peeled and continuing to investigate in this place and just looking like someone who started and new here. Maybe I'll pick up...
Did you put the thing in? The thing.
The thing.
You were told you would turn right when
yes.
you came in the main door, and it was the third panel on the left.
Okay. Do I see the panels?
You do, actually. The panel is... You're looking down the corridor, and the third panel on the left is the only one with nothing piled up outside it.
Okay, I'm going to go up to that and...
getting closer, you see you get up to the wall, and you see a very small USB-sized hole on the left-hand side of the wall.
You'd think we would have moved on from USB technology, and then I'm going to plug it in.
Look, I'm making this on the fly. Deal with it.
The data drive goes in.
Yes. The rest of the panel slides down into the floor, and you see what looks like a very heavy-duty door that's not actually a door. It looks more like a wall safe than anything else. Next to that, a second panel slips down, showing you the actual locking mechanism which you can interact with. Take the USB stick out, you put it back into that instead, and it says final access code required.
That's not something we have, is it? I'm going to... I take it our communications device have text message.
Yes.
Gonna text the Mr. Irish.
I would listen to Red first.
Oh,
Checking your inventory.
checking my inventory. Ah, haha. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pull out my auto security hack
Mm-hmm.
and use that.
Okay.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing you remembered that expensive piece of equipment.
Yeah.
That you got, yep.
It's a good thing Red made my character.
Mostly rival.
Oh, well,
Red helped.
my point stands.
What is the DC for that?
It says 8. 8 skill check. And I've got one
So
use of it.
Yep. So you have to beat whatever roll I've just made with an 8.
Oh.
I got a 1. You hear the door.
It was 1, 2, 3.
You hear the door pop, and the access code reads password. Door pops open. You look inside. Roach, give me a perception check.
Just for reference here.
Yeah.
I have a +3.
Yeah.
To this.
Yeah.
$19.
You managed to pull yourself away from True Detective for a split second when they tried to fire up the engines on the Anaconda. And the
Is it
starboard
like it's
engine starts smoking heavily and then shuts down.
Does that look like a routine test, or they just tried scrambling and?
No, it
Failed.
looks that they've still got people on the hull still working. They were just literally testing the engines. The port one started up no problem. It was glowing, a nice, I'm ready to go, full bore kind of thing. The right one, or the starboard, lit up, sputtered, and shut straight back down. It will fly, but they'd lose half of their speed and of defense because they cannot maneuver very well at all.
Much of a fight.
It'd fly with a limp, if you would.
Oh, I'd be surprised. Seriously. I built this thing.
Yes, but I'm me.
Also, you
True.
recognize the position of the fuel tanks.
Oh, where the vulnerable fuel tanks are nearby.
Yep.
By the way, just double checking. This is this is an atmosphere planet, right? Like if I step outside, I can breathe, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. For a while there, I thought this was like
No.
just a moon or something.
No, I picked this planet actually off of ED's database, specifically because it has an atmosphere.
Great. Okay. Yeah, no, I continue to monitor.
Okay.
I've
Right.
been given no indication that anything else has gone wrong.
Utari,
Yes.
where you going, buddy?
Back to the bar. My job is done.
Okay, so as you're going back, your knee starts easing up. You see Jenkins talk to what you can only describe as a walking mountain. It dismisses her with a wave of the hand, walks into the bar. A few seconds later, walks back out and goes straight across the street to one of the habitats. By the time you get back to Jenkins, your knee's pretty clear. You're okay. You just, as you're walking up to you kind of like trying to work the knot out and everything, and just kind of looking at you going, what the hell happened to you?
No, she's just laughing.
I've had problems with my knee for a while, thanks.
Mr. Jones,
What do I find in this?
you look inside. You see two things. You see a data pad with a USB slot on it. And you see a pistol you've never even seen before. Unlike anything you've ever seen before, resting on top of it. Also with a USB slot.
Interesting. I have 2 USBs with me, right?
One was for the vault door.
Okay.
Will not help you here.
The other one, however, I'm gonna obviously
It's
take
read
these
only.
items.
You're going to take both the items?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to do? Which one are you going to put the USB into?
Data pad, I think.
Okay. So you put the USB into the data pad, you pocket the pistol.
Mhm.
Data pad lights up. Please proceed to landing pad 1.
That's the one
access granted.
we're not meant to go to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I message the spy.
Yep.
That's where I'm heading.
Okay.
I messaged back that I have seen the chief of security heading to some habitation modules. Watch out, he may come your way.
Okay. I'm gonna just casually leave. I've pocketed the two things into my. I've holstered the gun and I've got the data pad kind of tucked into my jacket, and I'm gonna start making my way to that other pad.
Okay. It's straight down the fairway. Landing pad 1 is right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Walk out. Just casually walking down. Sure enough, you're just walking down the main fairway. Security chief comes out. Barely even notices. Well, kind of doesn't even like give you the time of day type thing. Just walks straight past. He's going to the main building. You get all the way down to the pad. Mikey, how much attention are you paying to what's going on outside?
Enough that if just about enough that way I know if I see my bodyguard, quote unquote, bolt. I'm more or less just looking at her every now and again and being like, is everything okay? Yes, okay, keep making distraction.
Okay, fair enough. No problems. You're having the time of your life. She is literally eating out the palm of your hand.
I'm being wined and dined. It's so nice.
She's so caught up with you. She hasn't brought up business again.
He's not gonna try and like seem like he's pushing towards the end of this conversation. He's trying to very much blend in and be like, oh, so you've been to this system and this with this planet, and you've done these sort of things, and you've seen, like, he's very much trying to feel like he's very much trying to make her feel like he's very interested.
Okay.
In everything that she's saying, which he's not a bad liar. So.
All right, fair enough. No problems. Red. Perception check me.
Here we go.
Nine.
Oh no.
You look down to watch Harrison walking down, going, where the hell's he going? Look back. Security chief's disappeared. Gone.
I carry on at my post.
Mm-hmm. Utari.
Oh dear.
What you doing?
I bet he's going to that office again. We need to move quick. I'm going to fire off a message to our smuggler guy.
Saying
You may want to move fast. I may have murdered a man in the security office.
Just checking in on the channel. Did I hear?
No. He sent that. He accidentally pressed send all.
Check
Did I?
You say
Did
maybe?
So this WhatsApp group has just made me accessory to murder. Cool.
Yeah. Harrison, you get
Been
up
there.
To,
Been there.
You get up to the terminal for landing pad 1. It lights up as you get closer and says, wording is English. It's amazing.
Let's hope he's not actually going to go into the office and check on the sleeping man. Let's hope his casual position succeeds.
Do you require to request ship?
Yes, I do.
You press yes. Out the corner of your eye, you see what looked like rock face in the mountain range off in the distance, about 5 kilometers away, a shaft of light, a horizontal shaft of light, suddenly grow. And then something starts moving out of that shaft.
I message everybody. Looks like I'm stealing a ship.
Mikey. Just as you get that message, Miss Core goes, "Damn it. I'm very sorry, Mr. Irish, but something's come up. I really need to leave."
Oh no! It's okay. I've just got a message actually from one of my contacts not too far away. He needs to talk about pricing. So if you need to go, I've got something that I need to deal
Oh,
with.
thank God. I'm so glad you're not taking this personally. I really have enjoyed our time with it. And believe me, look, I'm sending you access codes to land at the station whenever you desire, as long as we have a space, of course. But please do come back. I really do think we can do business. Oh, and Mr. Irish, if you do come back, bring that charm with you and call me. And she's off out the door.
He just looks at the message like, "What the actual fuck do you mean?"
As she's
What are you
running
going
out,
to do?
you
Do
see,
it fast.
as you see her run out the door, you see her tapping on a arm pad. Roach,
Eh,
bite me.
What?
Perception check, please.
all right. Come on. 19.
You see the guys on top literally sliding off this hull as fast as possible. The port engine.
All right,
that you were
pre-prep, get that on. Just gonna go ahead, flip some switches, turn some knobs.
The
Press the power button.
Yeah, quite a bit.
The Anaconda's left engine, which we were seeing was slowly dying down from the engine test, is back up to full strength. The starboard engine is nothing, and the ship
Right.
is trying to lumber off the ground, deploying hard points as it does.
Right, I'm
However,
going in.
it only
now.
deploys 3 large hard points and it's huge hard point. It doesn't produce anything else. You just see smoke boiling from those.
Don't need to know anything else. Immediately launching towards it. I'm deploying both gimbals and going in.
Okay, you're at full strength, full P. You will take about 6 seconds to reach the target.
Right.
You are at range now, which means you can fire,
Right.
but you will get a -1 to your hit.
1 second. 1 second. I'm targeting the one good engine with worse than it looks, spending 3 of my
Karma points.
karma points of my 13, which means when targeting a ship's component, do not suffer any penalties to hit.
Yep.
So what do I need to roll? What is
Basically, there's no defense on this shot.
Okay, so I just need to.
You just have to beat a 0.
You just have to not roll a 1.
All right.
So roll your damage
So-
both times.
All right. Well, that was a 17. Okay, so what's the damage on a gimbal laser?
You
You
got
got-
it written there.
It's 70 damage.
It's 30 both of them, but I think I get a bonus
No.
because I'm a.
You get your shields. They've got their shields up, so you get 70 damage to their shields, and it cascades into the engine, damaging the engine. But still able to take off.
All right. It's damage to the engine. Yeah, I get plus 10
Mhm.
energy weapons, or no, plus 10 vehicle weapons. So yes, I get 30 plus 10. So yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And it's plus 5 damage to shields as well. for
It
both of
is.
them.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's actually 80? Because
That's what the 10 is from. That's what
Yeah.
the 30 plus 10 is from.
Yes.
Yeah, but it also says on my main sheet that I get plus 10 to vehicle weapons. Does that mean
The plus
No.
1 is to hit.
Got it.
She beat me to it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's good.
Sorry.
It's all right, Red. I'm happy for the help. So yeah, you did good there, buddy. You did real good.
You did real good,
Reese.
kid.
There's a reason I picked that. It's too bad I don't have any missiles.
Bite me. Okay. The hit hits. You do damage to the engine. But more importantly, you see holes begin appearing in the shields. And it's clear this thing was in worse condition than even you realized.
I'm just gonna.
You will basically get at least one more attack on the run up, assuming nothing other happens. They're still taking off. They had no idea you were there, so we'll come back to you in a second. Okay.
Can
Mikey.
we say flavor-wise, by the way, I have the outward speakers playing Highway to the Danger Zone.
All right, fair enough. No problems. The remix version, which is not DMCA'd at all.
Nope.
Mikey, Utari,
Started.
and Red. What are you three doing?
Time to go.
Yeah, I'm like very calmly standing up, brushing myself off, just closing my communicator and just walking out the door. We're done here. Might come back at some point for some LTDs, but we're done here. And I just start walking.
Yeah, you do see Halicor running up the thoroughfare towards the main building, and out of the door comes the security chief, just screaming, "Someone's killed our security desk." But it's clear neither one knows what's going on, because she yells back, "Someone's trying to steal it."
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? What do you mean, what? What? You've got a few seconds of
And we're gone.
confusion.
Let's
Mr.
go, Irish.
Jones.
Yeah, and we're going. We see this confusion start and we're just
Okay,
gone.
nobody is buying me any time. Cool.
I'm
Miss-
blowing up the main
Yep.
ship, so
Mr.
Yeah.
Jones,
Okay. Yep.
you're watching this ship come towards you. Give me a perception check.
I have a feeling I know which type of ship this is.
throw us for a real loop. It's a Mon Calamari cruiser or something.
Yeah.
It's a completely different
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, it's just something. It's a
X-wing.
yeah, it's an
It's called
X-wing.
the Heart
Razor
of...
Crest.
This ship is called the Heart of Gold.
It's called the Millennium Falcon.
What is
I'm not even sure we can
perception
say that
on-
aloud.
Nah, this stream's already just been claimed. It's now Disney's.
Yes, because Harrison Jones isn't a reference.
Absolutely not. Nope.
Look, it's Harrison Jones is literally the name that came up, but we decided it was Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones playing Han Solo.
It was better than
Oh,
my other
God.
name, which was Hans Shlomo.
Yes.
But okay, what is perception under? Why am I looking for this?
It's espionage, I
Perception.
believe.
Oh, it's a plus.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
You got a 14. Okay, you recognize the shape.
Okay.
Even from the front, it's not hard to tell what kind of ship this is. This is a Federal Corvette.
I had a feeling. This is the biggest ship you could get in this game.
It is a Federal Corvette, and it is flying on autopilot to landing pad 1 on your order using this data pad.
Salivating.
I'm just
Just-
gonna message everyone. It's a Corvette. It's a Corvette. I'm gonna need more time. I need more time.
Dibs. On the channel. Dibs.
And then Red's character name?
Jenkins.
Jenkins!
Keys for my ship under the landing bridge.
You want me to fly. Okay.
I need my ship out of there.
it's not a reach because you are federal military, but
Yeah, you
Oh,
would-
she can.
every player in the game comes with a pilot's license. It's standard in ED's universe.
Yeah,
So you
as a
can
commander,
fly.
you need to be able to fly, sort of thing.
Roach,
yeah.
you've got enough time for one more salvo at the ship before you have to brake and change your angle of attack. You got away with that last hit because they didn't even know you were there. Your entry to the planet and through that canyon was so damn cold and efficient that they didn't even recognize that you were there.
Yeah.
Now
They
they
call me
know.
Express. I'm there before you know it.
Yeah. So,
Came up with that right now. All
That
right.
was good.
Hold them bones. Okay. What is my bonus to this? That I've got because I have a die that I just rolled and it's good, but I want to know how good I just rolled.
all right. So your bonus to attack, I believe.
if I'm targeting with the lasers, it's just the 2-hit is plus whatever the 2-hit number is.
Yes,
Oh, so
So-
+6 to this.
+6. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So that's a 23.
It doesn't matter what I roll. You'll hit. You'll hit. So, your
Right.
damage.
I'm still targeting that engine. I want this thing to fall out of the fucking sky.
Well, the shot off your port laser slams into the shields, and then the shields kind of resist, and then you just go straight through and hits the rest. So you get 15 damage with the left laser. The right laser, because it's hitting nothing but hull, only gets 30 damage. But you see the engine blink, and then nothing but smoke comes out of where the cockpit window should be, and the whole thing just drops. The undercarriage literally collapses under the weight. There's sparks and things coming off the ship. It's dead. It's going nowhere.
All right.
What do you do?
Mission accomplished.
I'm gonna flight cap for the other pilot, for the other commanders. I'm gonna be anything goes towards their ships that isn't them. I'm assuming since we have comms,
You have
I
wing
can just,
beacons
I
on.
can put an overlay or something, and it just gives me a blink beacon or something.
You actually have an encrypted comm directly to your business partner, so you
Right.
can communicate with her directly, and only her if you wish. Or you
Well,
can
I just
do
want
a
to.
group comm.
I just want to make sure I know where they are, and if anything that goes to their ships that isn't them,
Mhm.
I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna blow them up.
Yeah, you targeting individual humans is difficult at best, but you can definitely put enough damage down on the ground that people are going to think twice about doing anything that you don't want them to do.
Difficult for an amateur.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's
I just
it.
knocked an anaconda out in 12 seconds.
Yeah, you literally did. No, I mean, Christ, buddy, I had it all set up in case it was too easy for you, and you took it out in 2 turns. I didn't even have a chance to do anything with it. Congratulations.
And I only used 3 karma points to
Yes.
do it.
That was impressive. That was seriously impressive. Okay, so Red, Utari, Mikey,
Nonchalantly going towards the ships.
Nonchalantly going towards the ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. As you are nonchalantly going towards your ships, or the ships you are being told to fly, you hear, "What do you mean it's down? How is it down?"
Can I use my encoded comm?
Yes, you can go encoded comms.
What was it, Express?
Anaconda, it's dead.
Cool. Take
And-
pictures.
And then literally, not 5 seconds after that, this vulture does a very ridiculously low pass over the
Buzzing the
settlement.
tower.
Straight go at full throttle, full afterburner, the works. And you just see both of them drop to the ground. What the hell? As you pull up to do a nice loop to come back on to show that you are there to support your people. As you do that, though, you take a quick look out to your right, and definitely you see a Federal Corvette coming along at about 300 meters per second, slowly down. Landing gear drops, and it's coming in to descend on landing pad 1. Mr. Harrison,
Just drool. Just drool.
what are you doing?
God, I'm getting inside. I've got to go. I've got to go.
Time
Okay.
to go.
What color is it?
Black,
Midnight
obviously.
black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Has to be black, man. What else could it be?
Yeah.
Standard federal gray.
Exactly. Well, no, it has to be black because it just has to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to Google one of these things.
It's actually
These things are
gorgeous.
these things are used as like cruisers in certain.
Yeah, I will
like-
say this: like, a lot of the ships in Elite Dangerous to me are hit or miss aesthetically, but the Federal Corvette is actually one that I legitimately love. Like as a design, it's simplistic, but it's really nice.
And if you go into the history of it, it was designed to be used by one pilot. However, it can be used as a mini carrier. It can be used as a support ship for landing troops.
I get inside and I've got to get it off world.
Okay, you literally run up to the exterior hatch to get inside. It drops down. You step on, and it snaps shut. You're in.
Okay. No stop.
And
no stop.
and it
I'm taking it off the
locks.
ground.
you're sealed in the ship.
Forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
The internal lights all shut off except for one guiding path that leads up, and you assume it's going to lead you to the bridge.
Yeah, I'm going straight for the bridge.
While you're doing
I don't think
that,
any of us have ever seen a Fed Corvette, at least been in one.
I've flown next to them before.
I've been arrested and held in one.
as it's doing that, it takes off, landing gear retracts, it tilts in the vertical, and rockets straight up.
Oh, okay.
Onto the bridge yet. Onto the bridge.
Okay.
Guys,
And we're gone.
are you following?
Oh, 100%. That's the cargo we were told to get.
Okay, Roach, I'm assuming you're following information as well.
Yeah.
Is it the cargo though? Was told it was a small thing.
Yeah, we told it was a fairly small thing, but I guess that could have been.
It
a
could be
lie.
the gun,
Also,
or it could be the data pad as well, though.
That's true. I want to know one thing.
Yes.
How competent would somebody have to be to pull navigational records off of a ship that's landed?
Very. They are restricted information unless you have
Restricted
the top rec.
information. Right. Do I get a? No, I don't think I get a sense that they're competent. Never mind. I was gonna go and strafe your ship, Mitch, on the ground to make sure they couldn't follow us. 'Cause
Oh
I'm
no,
driving
she's
that.
in it.
Oh, you're in that. I thought you were going back with Irish.
No,
No, I'm joyriding.
I'm flying my old ship.
I-
I'm flying my own ship. Well,
Ah.
Anzo's flying his own ship, and Jenkins is flying her own ship.
So-
Sorry, Jenkins is flying Harris's ship.
I'm gonna say to those three to not like on a message. Don't fall in behind us right away. You try and keep your cover for as long as possible. Before we'll regroup en route.
I'm gonna add insult to injury, and I'm gonna peel back around and knock out the guard tower or the central security tower before leaving.
Nice. Okay. Give me a roll for damage then, please. I'm
Oh,
not going to
damage?
even. I'm not even going to insult you by rolling for the attack because.
Well, you said
Oh, it's
roll
fixed
for
damage.
It's fixed damage, though. Do you just want me to?
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you hit it square in, and the tower just literally evaporates. You can see the corner on the other side where there's this. You see this body tumble down. Its neck looking not quite like it's been attached properly. But
Tracks.
the whole thing is just wrecked.
Okay, and I start peeling back up to orbit. Oh, the one more thing.
Yes.
It's gonna bottom of the ship because every ship has these. At least if it's like a normal navy, they have they have lights that can flash Morris if they need to for signaling purposes. It's gonna flash do better.
just
As I leave.
salt. Just packing salt into that wound. Just
Okay.
handfuls of it. Just
I sat for almost an hour while you got schmoozed by the leader of this, like watching them try and fix that ship and get no closer.
You're just
to
sitting
it.
there like, That's not supposed to go there.
It's like we could just go bypass this. You just give me that ship.
Okay, Midge. You break Atmo and you finally get 0G, which allows you to continue your quest up to the bridge. You get all the way in. You kind of do that weird thing where you maneuver yourself into the seat, lap in. Navigation panel lights up. Please insert security code or USB drive.
I put in the USB drive from the datapad.
Still not omnidirectional.
Nope.
Fuck. No. What the fuck?
Why are we using USB A?
Yeah.
It's not even USB-C.
We've gone back.
Yeah.
So you put it in. And the first question it asks, please identify ships in local vicinity as friend, foe, or escort. Escort? Okay.
Escort.
Okay. So it's you basically all 4 ships light up instead of as kind of a purpley color, not knowing what they are. They all turn a light blue.
Okay.
And next thing on the screen comes up. Understood. Welcome aboard the MS Blackwatch.
You piece of shit.
I don't know. I don't.
That's
get
the name of his Corvette. That
Okay.
piece
Yeah,
of
I was gonna
shit.
say, I don't get the reference in game.
Stolen Rivals ship.
The MF Blackwatch.
Wait, that would
Gonna
imply
go
that
meet
Rival's
Rival.
dead.
it's
Because
been
Ari
nicked
just
from
left
him.
it.
Okay.
Got a couple
Your
of warrants.
communication opens up and you're able to talk to your fellow cohorts.
I'm gonna hail them.
Okay.
It seems my plan to buy you some time didn't buy you nearly quite as much time as I was hoping.
This was. Has it? Has the ship told me where I need to be going yet? Because that was meant to have been made clear to us.
Yes, it is still on it outbound. It's still within the mass shadow of the planet. So it hasn't programmed a route yet.
Right. Okay. So it's currently programming a route. I have never flown one of these before. I've been on one. This is very new to me. Anybody got any idea how I can get find out what the armament is, payload, what kind of thing I'm working with here?
I don't think you need to know any of that, considering what you're flying. It's a federal Corvette. Doesn't matter what that thing has. It's better than anything else we can provide.
Nothing's blowing that up.
No.
Oh, that.
Anything
guys-
sort of like a station or a carrier.
You guys don't know it's the Blackwatch yet. You
We know it's a Corvette.
You know it's a Corvette.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a Corvette. My character's like, this thing is a Corvette. What the fuck?
You break Atmo and it plots a route for you, Midgeman.
Okay. Yep. I'm listening. The TV was going on standby.
No, that's a problem. It plots a route for you, stating the endpoint is Ross 246. Sorry, 426.
Okay.
That was in game. The computer.
Yeah.
That's
I
It's alright,
shared that-
computer messed up there.
I share that with the group.
Yeah.
I plot a route.
Your plot of route.
Yeah.
It's depending on what ship you're flying, it'll either take you half dozen jumps or slightly more. But whatever it does, when you arrive, the Corvette is sitting in orbit, waiting for its escort.
Okay.
All right.
Can I scan the system?
Of course you can.
Oh yeah, it's a Cobra, so it's definitely got a scanner.
Yep.
Truck one.
Smuggler. Do you need me to send
So,
you my ship?
well, it's,
9
be-
again. What is happening with these 9s?
You detect on the 4th planet there is one signal that is too small to be a ship, but you cannot tell what it is.
Okay.
But as soon as the last ship arrives, not 30 seconds after it drops out of Super Cruise next to the Corvette enters Super Cruise and flies directly towards that target.
Follow.
I have no control of this thing.
Yeah. The one time you did try to take control, just to kind of maneuver, get a better look out the window, whatever, you were instructed to release your hands off the controls, or the cabin would be depressurized.
Okay, cool. I am.
it means that this
Yeah,
is.
I know. I send a message again. It's like, my mistake, not flying.
My mistake. I'm not flying one. I'm still being held captive on one.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Still a prisoner.
It's a smooth ride, though. You gotta
As
admit, it's
you-
smooth.
As you get within 1 megameter of the target, you drop from Super Cruise and realize that you're within sight of an orange fleet carrier.
God damn it.
Yep. Yep.
This was a self.
My ship should still be on there.
All of my ships are on there.
Wait.
Every single ship
wait.
I own is on there.
Question.
That's Utari, the character.
As Utari the character, do I recognize this?
God damn it.
You don't recognize it. You've never seen it before. However,
It's a prequel.
you recognize the name painted on the side, the Phoenix Voidwalker.
How would I recognize the name? Am I recognizing it from history of actually flying with you in the game?
No,
As in the rival you.
You have flown with the person who owns this character from your past. However, you've never worked with RivalZone Squadron in that way.
Okay, so this is a prequel. Okay.
Prequel
It's
names.
the origin story.
It's their
As you
prequel
get
names.
within 7 kilometers of the fleet carrier, you get the standard greeting, and then it cuts out halfway through, and you get a female voice, which is a little bit urgent, a little bit anxious, and a little bit peed off, because all you get, and it's directed directly at you, Mr. Jones. Who are you, and where did you get that ship?
Hired to bring it here. Just took it from a different planet. It's flying itself.
Good.
Help?
Good. Sending you landing coordinates. What about the other ships?
Escort. One of them's mine.
So they're friendly.
Friendly. Yeah.
All right, they're all having landing clearance.
Okay.
Do not deviate from your landing projections. Do not deploy weapons. I don't want to destroy that ship. I may die if I destroy that ship, but I am not letting anyone else do any more damage to this. You will be met in the hangar. You are not free to roam around.
Thumbs up emoji.
Are any of us getting this message as well, or is it
It's a
just Jones?
hologram.
No, it's
a
literally going to him.
three-dimensional hologram.
Right.
But sure enough, your automated landing systems kick in.
I'm
And
gonna.
you're
I
directed
know
to-
this carrier.
I'm gonna message everybody. Okay. They're bringing us in. Do not deviate. Do not deploy weapons. If we move, we die.
Where the fuck are we?
Ross 426 about to land on that carrier. Jenkins.
I
Space.
might know the people
The
that
final
own
frontier.
this carrier. I've flown with them before. We should do
Oh.
as they say.
You land. Everyone is happy. You all meet up. You are all gently escorted to flight deck 8, where you see that massive freaking Federal Corvette stowed and Harrison Jones being held off to one side by a couple of armed security people, while one individual is checking over every nut and bolt.
Hi.
Looks up, looks at you, ignores you. Utari?
Yes.
I owe you one, buddy.
You're very welcome. I never knew it was yours.
You weren't supposed to.
I see. Well, I'm glad to have returned your property to you. How have you been keeping?
We're kind of embroiled in a war at the moment, mate.
Yes, it looks that way.
I'm glad to have her back, though.
I'm quite sure, but glad that it's got back to you in one piece.
Express is just staring at the Corvette, like.
Hi, smuggler here. When do we get paid?
So, everyone gathered with us. They all took the job at Hutton Noppleton. Everyone, this is someone that I worked with formerly, the leader of the Rivalzone squadron.
I think.
All right.
Doesn't
Don't
ring a
know
bell.
Might have ran into one of your boys before. Not sure.
You're alive, aren't you?
Well, not in that sense.
Then you didn't run into us.
Well, I'm not a fighter. I'm a trader. I think I met them trading some stuff. Void opals or something.
Pineapples or something.
No, void opals.
Oh, void opals.
Or maybe it was pineapples. I think there was some party going on, or some still, or something. Some whiskey or something like that, I think, was being brewed. It was hops. It was weird. He had a really weird list of shopping items.
Yeah, Mikey. He's a dick.
Thanks, Dad. You just hear a "Thanks, Dad" over the comms.
He's very happy and informs you that you all have had 10 million credits deposited into your various accounts. When you look, you can see that it's been deposited, but you don't know where it's been deposited from, as it doesn't seem to have any kind of trail leading back to a single account.
Huh. Alright. So spend the same way.
And you are basically invited to enjoy the facilities on the carrier. If anyone has any upgrades they want doing to their ships, or any armaments you want to purchase, we will get to that next week.
Nice. And with that, we'll end tonight's broadcast here. Thank you to... Oh, this is going to be so weird. Thank you to RivalZoneGaming for DMing and writing this two-shot campaign. You can find him at RivalZoneGaming on both YouTube and Twitch. And if you're interested in more Elite from him, he also streams Elite Dangerous with the RivalZone. This is a fucking self-insert, and I can't bloody believe it. And obviously with him we have Red Moogle. You can find them both there. We have the wonderful SurelyOnlyMikey. You can get him at twitch.tv/SurelyOnlyMikey. We have UtariOnzo at Twitch, UtariOnzo. I've been Midgeman. We've also got Commissar Roach. The order's throwing me off. Sorry, Roach. We have Commissar Roach. You can get him at youtube.com/Commissar Roach if you like.
And Twitch.
Twitch.
Oh, and Twitch.
And
Yes,
Twitch.
that's out now. Yes, and Twitch for Roach. And then finally, I am Midgeman. This is the Component Cast, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Boy. 07
Bye.
Commanders.